And welcome to Paddling Pool 310. This is another golden paddling pool. I'm Pat here with Sasu. Sasu, how are you doing?
I am doing a-okay today, Pat, and I am ready for this golden paddling pool, quite rare. So I'm
Oh yeah.
excited to see these teams go up against each other and see these games. We are jumping right into it immediately here on Robo Ramen Zones. And what are you thinking about these loadouts so far?
Well, we Baltic fan base, I don't know that team, but I love to see a tent coming onto the ground. Now, Uprising are pretty well known and well established team in the French scene, and they're very well known for their very aggressive brush player. That's always so impressive to watch. Now, let's see how these teams are able to take control right now. Both teams are simply fighting for mid, it seems.
Yeah, I think in zones like this, this is quite a common place that you're going to see zones be played on. So both teams know that they're going to have to get those picks in order to get into neutral and move up to the other team's elbow in order to take control. Luckily, of course, you mentioned that tent. That tent doesn't have to deal with a decav
Ooh.
to go up against. So they kind of have it made in the shade here. But already we have Wii Party fan base down to 60 and already opening their lead. But I guess maybe commentators curse here. You have the zone currently in neutral
Yeah.
as Wii Party fan base.
Ooh.
Maybe almost loses it, but wow, what a neutral zone, because they are finally moving back up. And after all that time, they're able to take it back.
Yeah, we Party fan base still in control of the zone. Oh, no, never mind. No longer in control of the zone. Uprising were able to push in pink and force their way forward. Now they get a few good splats and they're right very much up forward and holding in front of the zone. The vacuum is activated. That's going to force Uprising to move back.
Yeah, I think with Uprising in that elbow there,
Oh!
absolutely not what you want to see if you're Wii Party fan base, because it's just so hard to get past that choke. But they are definitely fighting, and they lose the lead with a little bit of that ink there on that zone, and those picks down. Uprising is putting up a fight and making it terribly hard for Wii Party fan base to get that zone back.
Yeah, Uprising right now holding the line, but they lost two players. This is the opportunity for Clara to get in. Clara with the vacuum is going to try to flip the zone. That is done. Wii Party is still in this game, getting back their control.
What an exciting first game so far. You have a Wii Party fan base getting that zone back, making their way steadily through those penalty points so that they can start working on their score once again. And it seems as though several members going down on Uprising, maybe two, putting out those strikes to try and take that space, which is effective in putting the zone into that neutral there. But with two of their members going down, it's going to look like they're not going to be able to stop this push completely. A brilliant flat there from who is then having this grab here in the worst spot against. There's only one spot worse than that spot, and that is that top right, which Amen takes out that crab and is now making their way towards that zone to pressure the pencil. And it's going to be do or die here. Two members going down on Wii Party fan base and out of the clutches of the win. Uprising does lose three players, but they are able to save the game.
Uprising staying in the game, but there's only a minute and a half left for them to get back the lead, and Wii Party fan base is already back in control of the zone. Now they lost two players. This is very good for Uprising. They get to get back control. They get to put themselves in. The splash is behind them. I don't know if they know that the splash is behind them. That splash could deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, very much a do they know? Do they know? Because when it comes to Robo Ramen, I think what people really like about here is that there are just so many flanks, so many ways that people can get behind you and make a lot of work. Of course, we do have that crab going out, putting on that pressure, but they themselves are being pressured by those strikes that are going out. This is a really back and forth game, and you see currently Wii Party fan base does have control of the zone, but with one of their members, Trade for Trade, going down, they have a pretty nasty penalty. They're going to have to eat through if they're hoping to get a knockout here. And with 40 seconds seconds on the clock. They do have things kind of going their way, but instead of pushing here, you see that they're being a bit defensive, playing slow, which they're going to have to do up against a really strong team like Uprising. Big ups to them.
Yeah. And now here comes the last attack. There's just 20 seconds left. The strikes are gonna flip the zone for Uprising, but Uprising still needs to hold that zone as all of WeParty is around getting that zone back with 2 players down. It's going to be so rough. WeParty simply on a victory lap right now, getting splat after splat and keeping the zone yellow.
Just for then, but right now, wow! At the last second, we have a complete flip back to WeParty Fanbase, handing them the first win here. We have casted on this tourney. A very dominant, strong, and patient game from WeParty Fanbase, giving them the first win in the set.
Yeah, it's game number 1, but it was very much back and forth between these two teams. Both teams had a very good hold. Both teams were in position to really hold that control, hold the zone, and get the KO. In the end, WeParty Fanbase were able to hold the zone a little bit longer, a little bit better, and get that game number 1. But there is much more to watch now. Because we're in a golden paddling pool, we're gonna see more zones. We're gonna see only zones. and we're going with Barnacle on time to follow through.
Listen, anyone who has ever heard me on the mic has heard me complain about this map mode. It's just a personal thing.
Really?
Yeah, Barnacle and Dime, my thing, massive map, huge. If the other team is down to 15 and you have been wiped, that is essentially a KO. There's just not enough time to get back into that mid, not to mention the sheer volume of fights you're going to have to take to get back in mid. You have to drop out of your spawn, which is a fight, get your plat back, which is another fight, and then fight your way into that mid. So the name of the game for these teams is definitely going to be to not wipe, because you're going to have your work cut out for you if it does happen.
I agree that it's a brutal map, where if you're pushed out, you're really in danger, you're losing a lot of points, you might lose the game very fast. But I also think that it's a very fair map, where you can see lots of different weapons, lots of different teams thrive, as long as they know how to play the map. You know, like, because, yes, if you're stuck in your spawn, you're in more danger than you'd be in most maps, but there's still so many different options and so many different ways to play this map and to play the fight to get your enemy to be pushed out. But there's still lots of options, and especially with a tent on one side and a brush on the other side, we will see interesting plays and interesting ways to get back in.
I was just thinking that luckily, I think for Uprising, they do have a brush who is going to be able to take the opportunity to use those flanks. We already see members of Uprising on those flanks as such, making their way up, which enables them to be able to take the zone. Of course, we have Doku Lona here on that pencil, unable to defend themselves. And 3 members already down on WeParty Fanbase. Like I said, you do not want to wipe here, nor stagger if you can help it. So now WeParty Fanbase is going to have to figure out how many fights exactly they can fight and win to get their plat back and back into zone.
Yeah, and right now that's a bit too many trades, and it looks like Uprising is holding the zone, pushing WeParty Fanbase still further into their spawn, and with the strikes that's going to be even more pushing WeParty. They have a 1 push left to get back the zone. They need to use it now. The crab tank is ready, but before deploying that crab tank you need to control your sides right now. Very nice moves, but crab tank needs to paint now.
You definitely do not want to have to be the painter when you're on the crab, but you do what you must, and Cheaped did what they must have done, because they were able to get that zone. Ooh. 3 members down on the side of Uprising, kind of giving them a bit of a payback there for those 3 members going down. And now it is going to be WeParty Fanbase that is going to try and put on that pressure to make sure that Uprising stays in their base long enough for those numbers to tick down, which is especially going to be easy. This is WeParty Fanbase's first crack at the zone, so they're gonna make their way through those points fairly fast. So Uprising's going to have to figure out what it is they're going to do and fast.
Yeah, Uprising right now are pushing back with the strikes, with a well-organized push, but they lose 2 players to the Iron Defense from Reparty Fanbase. Penalty was applied, but Reparty Fanbase right now has the opportunity to get back the zone. As I say that, Uprising super jumping back in thanks to the Tacticular into the fight, and we're going to see another neutral for the zone.
Yeah, Uprising with those members going down, a little bit tougher on them. They have opted to go for an edit instead of a pencil. And while I myself am an edit player, it can be so much harder to keep space when you are an edit versus when you're a pencil. So unfortunately, them maybe getting 2 members down, but struggling a little bit to keep that space. But with those members down, Uprising able to move forward, take that plat, and make that lockout all the more intense for We Party Fanbase. 2 of their members going down, with Uprising very steadily making their way through their points, already down to 30 ticks with 2 minutes left. So it's been a back and forth as to who's been staggering, but with 2 members down on Uprising and these specials being popped, maybe it's time for We Party Fanbase to finally get that zone back.
Yeah, all of his specials will allow them to do exactly that. But they only took the zone. They haven't pushed Uprising away yet, and they pay the price with bodies right now. We Party needs to hold themselves into the map, or they can't let Uprising really run away with the zone right now. They're doing what they need to do, pushing back in.
Yeah, and they're up against a lot, especially because when you look at the side of Uprising, they have a pretty healthy amount of paint comparatively. Of course, you're going up against a tent and an S-Blast, which if they are the ones that are alive in the zone, that zone is not being flipped, right? So Uprising definitely using the paint to their advantage. But as you can see, it's just kind of flipping it back and forth. Both teams kind of looking for those picks too down on the side of Uprising. We have this 1v1 here, and unfortunately not going to work on the side of Chief. Amen getting that, but then immediately going down. It's trade for trade, but if you're Uprising with 2 members down, you cannot be staggering right now. There is less than a minute left in the game, and you have to get back into neutral now.
Yeah, there's no penalty onto We Party Fanbase. They're holding strong. The Tactical is down, but there was the attack by the heavy edit. Getting in, getting the splats that they need to get, but it might be too late. Can Uprising flip the zone? They need to paint it now. There's only 20 seconds and just a few ticks on the zones left.
Listen, even if Uprising is able to get this flip, they have a large mountain ahead of them. With 10 seconds left, we are currently ticking down to that knockout, and that is going to be game. We Party Fanbase really being patient, and honestly, maybe patience not the word. There's a lot of fighting back and forth there, and I think they just were able to get their trades, win their 1v1s, and a trade is worth way more on a place like a Barnacle and Dime due to how large it is. Definitely big ups to We Party Fanbase.
I'd say the word isn't patience, but persistence. They stayed there, they kept going in, they maintained their presence, their pressure, and were able to survive the constant attack from Uprising to really pull through. In both of these games, we really saw a lot of back and forth, both teams being in a rough spot, but in the end, We Party Fanbase showing a bit more consistency, showing a bit more presence, and in the long run, a bit more control over the map.
And that is going to be a large upset of the 19th seed, getting a 2-0 off of our 6th seed here. So on this golden paddling pool, on this rare tourney, so to speak, you just never know what you're going to see. And those are the kind of things we love to see in this zone's only rare golden paddling pool here. Congratulations on the win of that set to We Uprising Party.
Yeah, we're gonna take a short break and we will be right back with the next game. Do not go anywhere.
and welcome back to Golden Paddling Pool. Paddling Pool 310. I'm here with Pat, and we are still here in groups. Candon versus Operation Zero, zones only, starting with my nemesis, Barnacle and Time Zones.
It's a classic! Both teams have chosen to go here because it is such a beloved map, Sasu. Isn't it? Isn't
And
it?
I swear we are going to see a pencil on one or both of these teams while pencil is still viable because one of the things, aside from the fact that it's so lockout heavy and it can be so difficult to get off of your own plat, you're going to have those retake specials, which we're going to see from these teams. It can be very hard on an edit, getting tap shotted on your own plat because of that range difference. But as we can see, one of these teams is coolerless, I believe. No edit, no pencil. So maybe with that afforded speed they've been given, that's going to make it a lot easier to get those picks and keep from wiping. But we already see this flank here with Princess kind of going back, having been caught. But right now we're just at a bit of neutral, and those strikes coming out. It's just get the picks, and then we'll see who's able to keep the zone.
And it looks like Operation Zero is getting a few picks, but because of a tactical, all of Candon is coming back to get picked again. Okay, Operation Zero holding in front of the zones, and as you said, as long as they don't fall down, they have such speed, and right now it's on Candon to find a push forward.
Yes, they are currently still, like I was talking about before, when it comes to Barnacle and Dime, you have several fights you're going to have to take. You can't just fight the other team and just kind of call it a day. You're going to have to fight them maybe twice before you're able to get into that mid, and fight they did. Candon finally out of their own spawn, making their way up to Operation Zero's plat, camping this poor jump here. Oh, but the jump kind of came back with a vengeance, that being a triple splash down there. Baketan kind of backing up a little bit to get their positioning as that pencil, but currently zone in the possession of Operation Zero, and they're making their way through the penalty points to see if they can start widening their lead, and it's just not going to happen. Candon already coming back and taking that zone.
Yeah, and we're back into the fight, but with 2 players down onto Operation Zero. This looks very dangerous to them as Candon is taking more and more ground. Now, Candon has been struggling to establish themselves, but right now they're maintaining the numbers advantage. They're getting more and more splats, Sasu, and right now they're pushing onto that platform. Bake is in position. Bake is an incredible sniper and ready to really punish anybody who'd move forward.
Yeah, you have Baketan really like the guardian of that plat there, making it very difficult for Operation Zero to make it back onto their plat. But we have Pancakes there having a really good spot on that blaster. A splashdown going down, maybe not finding a pick. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see there. But more importantly, Operation Zero taking back that zone and steadily making their way through those points. So Mitsuba on a killing spree, a healthy triple there, able to make their way back into zone and cap it literally as Operation Zero about to make it through their points. So after that triple, that's going to stagger them, and they're going to have to figure out how to reorganize themselves, take their plat, and make their way back into zone once again. And we'll see if that happens with this Zuka. 3 shots of finally getting down that Booyah bomb. But yeah, it's just back and forth at this point.
And right now, Bake is the last squid standing for Candon as Operation Zero is getting back on to in front of the zone right now. There isn't that much penalty, Sasu, which means Operation Zero could get a comeback as long as they stop the next push by Candon.
Yeah, great call there. Because, you know, that tiny penalty, like, it looks like, oh, you know, they're behind, but we're looking here. Remember what I said? You could be at 15, but the other team
Yeah.
can very easily
Oh.
just get that lead. And we're going to have a change of hands here with that lead going over to Operation Zero after all that work from Camden. And with them having that healthy penalty, it's going to be very difficult. But
Oh.
penalty be damned.
Oh.
They have been wiped. And with 10 seconds, I think that's just not going to be enough time to get back into zone. This game practically belongs to Operation Zero. That's going to be game.
Incredible fight by both of these teams, but Operation Zero able to create the surprise and take a game off of Camden. Can they do that again is the whole question though, Sasu.
Listen, I feel like there was a lot of back and forth. Like it almost seemed like rather than other games we've seen so far on stream where it's been a lot of trades, a lot of 1v1s, a lot, I guess that's the name of the game for Barnacle and Dime, but it's been a lot of like 2-3 people going down on the other team, and that's what gives the other team the opportunity. We have Baketan kind of with that tactical walk back there, doing everything in their power to keep that space. But, you know, when 2-3 of your members go down, that's just kind of going to be it. You can't really hold space in that opportunity here. So we'll see if we see more of these triples, more of these wipes from these teams and how that factors out in the future games.
It was very close between these two teams, but one team has to win. It was Operation Zero, and we are going back to a map we also already saw, Sasu. Hey, these teams are choosing the same maps because they love the same maps. These are the
classics.
That
The
are
classics,
classic. Yeah, but competitors want to play on, and it's going to be Robo Robin.
Yeah, you know, you've got the. I'm wondering if we're going to see any sort of change in these comps, though, with the amount of flanking that you can do. Bubble, also very popular in zones. Robo Ramen. We might be seeing a decap, perhaps a junior if anyone's feeling saucy. But I'm curious if the tactics, you really have to worry about retake on Barnacle and Dime, which is maybe not as paramount here. So thinking we're going to see some new weapons here, Pat?
I don't know. I think both teams have flexible players that can do lots of different things. I'm not sure a weapon change is needed, honestly, because we're reaching that level where things are decided by the players, by the plays, and the weapon is like helps. But in the end, Baka is switching to the Elite to have some extra range. That range and these one-shot could create the difference here, and that's going to really force Operation Zero to hide behind every cover now.
Yeah, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're also seeing Seb on that Gal as well. So there's maybe going to be a kind of trade-off with speed and kill power here on the side of Camden, but already those strikes going out there. Bake kind of trying to be that pencil and inking the zone there that we saw on that E-liter. But already a wipe. It's going to be tough to go up against an E-liter when you're wiped and you're in your own own spawn.
Yeah, well, the Elite is down right now. 2 players down. It's only the Zap that's left alone onto the zone. Operation Zero coming back in, but the jumps on the cooler were able to keep the zone blue, and with just 20 ticks left now, Operation Zero, they need to run forward, they need to paint right now.
Listen, I mentioned it before, but to bring it back into perspective, Operation Zero is indeed coolerless, right? So I feel like them being able to come back in that last second there was definitely due to that cooler, and we're seeing here what just the difference between being coolerless and being coolered is, because your team jumping back in there immediately after going down, it's almost as if that near wipe never happened, and just like that, they're able to get the W.
I mean, because of the tactical, as you said, Operation Zero needs to win more fight just to keep the game even. And right here, Camden really got pissed off by the first game and decided, okay, this time we're gonna play serious, we're gonna run forward, win these fights. And they showed an incredible game right there, going 100-0 without penalty, without hesitation, not letting their opponent do anything. Going into game number 3, now it's an Operation Zero to really change their game and do something new.
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious what we see here. I feel like that was a very specified sort of comp there, a very specific comp, if you will. But as we know, this is a very vertical map with those stacks on Mako Mart. So usually people, even in zones, are going to want to go AoE. I think that's really going to favor the slosher we saw there from Operation Zero. But maybe we're going to see that S blast. We might see more blasters, more sloshers, maybe even, well, we won't see it, but I usually switch to Tri-Slosher here. But we're here at the tiebreaker, the end of the set for both of those teams. We're going to see no changes there on the side of Candon. And I think no changes for either team.
Yeah, both teams know that they have the right tools for the job. Now it's about doing the job. Operation Zero, with all the pressure, they want to stay on the map. They want to win that first fight, especially before Candon gets the tactical and start activating all the speed. And they have it. They have the juice right now, and they're winning the fight. It's just the T-Tech left to the side, and the T-Tech is forced to dance around. He's going to be caught, and Candon is now in control of the map, Sasu.
Yeah, of no Operation Zero, because they have stick, they still do not have a tactical learn. While they were able to win that first game, so it's not as though they necessarily need one. They're certainly going to have to play way more careful, because when they go down, they're going to feel it here. You see a sort of 1v1 with that Zuka that wasn't able to find picks, but Hydra getting that pick manually by themselves as they move in to try and pressure that zone and cap it, meaning there is a 45 tick penalty there for Candon, and they're going to have to focus on getting those picks and getting it back while Operation Zero makes their way through those points.
Yeah, and right now we see the zone being flipped back by Candon. Candon again, the ability to get back into the game, push Operation Zero incredibly fast. It's 2 players down. Again, Pancake is forced to jump away. That's a very nice jump, as Operation Zero will need to regroup, to have all their specials ready in order to push, but they lose their T-Tech deep inside their own territory. Bake is watching, and everybody is in danger right now. Candon is moving in.
What I always say about here, he who controls the stacks controls the game. And with Baketan there on that stack, threatening anyone who wants to drop, it is going to be hard for Operation Zero to drop there. But we have that well-placed Booyah Bomb able to flip the zone there on Candon, so they're going to be stopped there at 14, while Baketan has to find a proper perch to position themselves, because Operation Zero, you know, they've got that AoE that I said that you're going to need on a place like this. So just people going down back and forth, but more importantly, 3 down on the side of Candon. So now it's going to be Operation Zero's turn to kind of push up, get into that plat area and pressure them to get their points down, especially because they've already made their way through their penalty. So we have Princes here kind of cleaning up, but with 2 of their members going down, they're going to want to have to protect that zone, which is about to maybe flip right now. Right now.
It is. So. That's incredible for Candon, is their ability to really get forward whenever they want, simply push, force their way through, get onto the zone and paint the zone. But you need to do more than that, you need to hold it, and right now that's what they're doing. They're back on there, in control with 2 minutes left in the game, Sasu. Candon is again around the zone, dodging that Booyah Bomb and forcing Operation Zero to get another push, and Operation Zero answers!
Three members
Whoa!
going down, Baketan being taken out before that Wavebreaker can even get down all the time. And with that wipe, that is going to buy Operation Zero's a lot of time. It means that Bake is not going to be able to set up that E leader as easily and as well. And everyone's going to have to position themselves in the defense. We already see 3 members going down on Candon already. So Operation Zero doing a really strong job of applying that pressure, of course, popping that Booyah Bomb and putting it out from Candon, but it's just not going to be enough. Like you said, those members are going to have to move up, and I think they've probably done so successfully with only 1 member left. Make that 0 a wipe from Candon. So now they have control again, and the tables have turned.
Yeah, a wipe with 1 minute left. This is pretty rough for Operation Zero. They need to push their way back in. They already activate the strike. They know they want to get back control as fast as they can, but a bit too fast. They get punished. They lose 3 players, and Candon is holding that zone pretty strong. That was a delayed wipe, Sasu. And Bake? Bake is flanking?
A flanking
Bake?
E-leader.
Don't see Bake!
A flick in their own bond, taking them out. That is evil and crazy. I don't know what I would do if I go on a stack and I have a flanking E-leader taking me out. Absolutely insane. I hope you see that on the replay. But 30 seconds on their way through their penalty, but of course they're not going to make it through. Too many of their members down, so now it's going to be down to Operation Zero to try and hold the zone for the entirety of getting through their penalty points as we now make our way to overtime.
Yeah, the strikes to hold the zone right there. Candon trying to get onto the zone. The zap is on the zone. Oh, and it's a wipe out. That's going to be the game and the set for Candon. 2-1.
I'm going to call that right now MVP to Baketan for that legendary flanking E-leader move.
It didn't work. It didn't even work, but it was...
I think he got 1 pick. If I'm like, it didn't work as well as it could have worked, but I think we got to see this on the right. That's 1 pick down. So
that's 1 pick down. That's a statement. That's a statement. Like, that's showing you what you can do.
It's not about like, you know, maybe flipping the game. It's about, listen, I'm an E-leader. I got behind you, and I didn't immediately die. So kind of style points there for Baketan. But of course, I think, you know, part of this comes down to the comp and the strategy there. I think that you see on the side of Candon, they have these weapons that are built to kill. They have Gal, they have E-leader. Like, they are not playing around when it comes to, it's not about the tickle game. It's about, we're trying to keep the other members down, which is especially effective against a coolerless team that really feels it when you get the pick off of them. So I think very smart switch there in that second game into the third game for Candon. And that, to me, is what ultimately may have won them the match.
Yeah. I mean, very nice plays by them. We know how good Candon can be. They're in Division X of Looty, so good luck to them. And yeah, very much one of these teams that have established themselves as one of these top teams, and they're coming here to get their gold battling pool badge if they can. Now we're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back with round 3, the final round of groups. Do not go anywhere. And we are back with Battling Pool 310. I am Pat again with Sasu and Sasu. We're gonna get right in with Casablanca versus 74 on your favorite map mode.
This is ridiculous.
It's not, it's a classic. Both teams have chosen Barnacle and Dime.
There are a lot of classics that are straight rubbish, or classics that I don't particularly like, you know? It's just, speaking of classics, this is zones only, so Hagglefish Zones, I think, quite the classic, but we'll get to that second. For now, we are back on my favorite map mode, Barnacle and Dime Zones. Let's take a look at these loadouts. Pretty standard stuff on both teams, and we're gonna see how that works out for them. But interestingly enough, we do, on the side of 74, have that screen gal, which you very rarely see, so we'll see how that works out for them here.
Yeah, I mean, that right now, again, is a lot of range on the side of Casablanca, who, between the pencil and the crab tank that could come from the Julies, they have the ability to really control a lot of space, but 74, unfazed so far, activating their own crab tank to try to negate all the specials deployed by Casablanca, and it looks like they're gonna keep a lot of the zone, a lot of control.
Yeah, one member going down on the side of Casablanca, make that 2, so they're going to have to focus on not staggering here, but 74 already kind of taking that space, taking that plat, and already pushing Casablanca to the nightmare scenario by popping that screen as well. So they're going to have to avoid this screen, get back their plat, but you see those strikes kind of going out as a way to take a little bit of space. So Casablanca already back on their plat, but with one of their members going down and that crab active, they're looking like they're in good shape to maybe fight back, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah, right now we're still fighting for the zone, and Casablanca not able to bait. 74 still holding it. They lost 2 players though. This could be the time for Casablanca to get in, and with 3 players down, they're in there. They're in control. Now it's their turn to hold the zone.
Yeah, a bit of a delayed wipe there for 74, but they were able to get a very healthy score down on 23. Little did they know, unfortunately, that they would just have they would just get picked on that flank there. The screen coming out, taking that space, giving 74 sort of the space to organize themselves without Casablanca having good eyes on them. Of course, that crab trying to take out that bubble, but with 2 members of Casablanca going down, 3 members, it's now going to be 74's turn to make their way into their plat. And you see they've already got their top right. They've moved past their plat, so it's going to be very difficult for them to drop, especially with this big looming screen moving in on them. And already, I think 74 has gone halfway through their penalty points. So now Casablanca is going to have to, they have a crab online, but they're going to have to get those specials ready. And that crab canceled, but they do have strikes. Ooh, 2 of their members going down. Ooh, it is not looking good.
Incredible hold by 74 right here. They only have 10 ticks left onto the zone. It's Crab versus Crab and a bubbler to paint the zone. Can Casablanca paint the zone right there? It's too late. 74 holds the zone and gets game number 1.
That's the thing about Barnacle and zones. Very easily, it can just become too late. This is a very huge zone, and getting to where you have to, like, even honestly, if you get the picks, sometimes there's just not enough time to get into zone and contest it. And I think that's what happened to Casablanca here. On this replay, you're seeing 74 move forward with a very dominant game. That crab being popped there from Mayon, doing a really good job. I think a lot of work being done by those crabs, but I think having that bubble ready and also that screen from that gal was really imperative in getting that win for 74.
It really slowed down Casablanca's counter push and really allowed 74 to delay long enough that they had the crab tank ready, that they were ready to hold the zone just a tiny bit longer, because Casablanca, they were getting to that zones, they were getting there, they had the specials, they had the numbers, but it was just too late, and that's how it goes on Barnacle. You have to be ready to push in time. Now, we're going to go to Hagglefish Market, and you just said it earlier. It's very much a classic, and it's a map that allows much more back and forth, a faster back and forth at least.
Yes, they have some very neat flanks there for you that you have to watch or that you can utilize. I feel like I always call Hagglefish zones the great equalizer because everybody knows how to play on it. I think all the people who hate it probably only hate it because it comes up so often and not necessarily because it's a bad map. So I think what we're going to see right here is a lot of neutral. Usually you don't get picks right off the top. And until 1-2 people go down, then the game will really start.
Yeah, and right now Casablanca opening with a lot of paint on the zone, but not enough to cap yet. 74 answering now that they have a tactical. Both teams are running at each other, going for the fight, waiting for the respawns, and it looks like 74 is going to take first control, but they already have to defend a whole bunch.
Yeah, I think not enough members going down on the other team makes it so that they had to do that defending. But 3 members down on Casablanca. 3 is certainly enough. Already, we see Cats here making their way on to their tent area, which is a very offensive area for you to be if you're trying to fight the other team. Unfortunately, that well-placed bomb not taking down Cats, but them being fought down already halfway through their points here, though. We have 74 already extremely aggressive, and it's looking like it's extremely difficult for Casablanca to just have the paint and the fighting power. Honestly, I just think they don't have a lot of retake. They're going to have to get this crab and maybe play off that. But 3 members going down on 74 is going to make it so that finally they're able to cap and fight back.
Yeah, there was the blaster behind everybody. That blaster was finally dealt with. Now Casablanca needs to hold the zone. The crab tank is deployed, but the crab tank is already forced to ball because there's a player behind, and now it's 74 activating the crab. Casablanca not really able to establish themselves yet. They still have control over the zone, but they don't have control over the map.
Yeah, a very unfortunate crab tank there. You do not want that to happen when someone is next to you or right behind you. But you see Exnor really locking in here, being a very steady pencil, back enough so that they can get jumps if they need to, but certainly not being a battle pencil and moving up unnecessarily, recapping this zone. And they're really close to retaking this this lead right here. We have the Booyah coming out, but it's just not going to be enough. 74 does lose the lead here to Casablanca, and they're able to cap and put a nasty penalty on, but they've got a nasty penalty themselves. So now it's going to be a lot of fighting for a long time for both teams.
Hey, that's a nice lead to get, but we're halfway through the game. We know more points are going to be scored right now. Mound activating the crab tank, getting one onto the zone. That's 2 players down for 74. Casablanca is back on the attack and getting back control now with a tactical to help with that. That's going to be on 74 to really find their way to push this time.
Yes, and 74 deploying that screen, making it difficult on Exnor, who cannot see anything at the moment. But with 3 members of 74 going down and the cooler coming out on the side of Casablanca, now is going to be the time to push and secure that lead, putting more penalty on 74, which is going to make it even more difficult for them to get their lead back. But you see here, fights abound here with Exnor going up against, when you think about it, that heavy edit, having that range in their favor. But right now, maybe their range not helping them out as much as they'd like to. No one currently on their tent to sort of take that space, and they're up against an active crab, and a screen online. There's just a complete special economy on the side of 74. So Casablanca's going to have to get their special and get it fast.
Yeah, 74, they know they don't have much time to hold the zone left. They're very close to the lead right here, but Casablanca is getting on the zone, activating the bubbler, but they lose 2 players right now. 74 hold the zone, gets the lead back. But they lose 3 players. Casablanca is not done yet. They're back onto the zone. As long as they can paint it, they have an opportunity to come back. Let's find 40 seconds. Oh wait, they camped the zone.
Were they cool? They were back like nothing. They must have been coolered, and I simply didn't see it. And this is, once again, we are seeing a clutch win due to coolered players just jumping back in there, because really we could have had Casablanca paint over that with, I think, 3 members down on the side of 74. But with those members coming back, it's just going to be a 2-0 set. We can take a look at this instant replay to see this back and forth, because that was very close for most of the match.
Yeah, I mean, these 2 teams were very even, but in the end, Casablanca was able to play the clock a tiny bit better, to hold the zone a tiny bit longer, to respawn a tiny bit faster, and in the end, it's these tiny little things that allow a team to have more control, to have more points.
I think, yes. Team 74, I think, who with their ability to get that hold at the end there, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it just shakes out that way. For the longest time, it didn't look like either team was very dominantly taking the entire set necessarily, but sometimes it just goes down to whether the team goes down and whether they're coolered or not. And unfortunately, they were. So that's just going to be end of the group stage for those 2, with a 2-0 win for 74.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of the group stage for us as well. We'll take a break, wait for each team to complete, for each group to complete, and we'll be back with Alpha Bracket.
Don't go anywhere.
We've had plenty of great Splatoon locals that took place in 2024, spanning all across the United States. Champions have been crowned from coast to coast, the Great Lakes, and the South. These winners, however, never had an opportunity to face each other. What if in 2025, we took this to the next level? Introducing the Splatoon LAN Championship Showdown, a tournament where the winners of our favorite locals can face off in an online 8-team double elimination tournament. The best part is, you have an opportunity to play. In the early months of 2025, 8 locals will act as qualifiers for the LAN Championship Showdown, including Big Dapple in New York City, New York.
The game!
Bouillabaisse in San Jose, California. Chai Shoals in Chicago, Illinois.
Pretty hard though. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
Gatorland in Gainesville, Florida.
It's just, oh, it's a wipeout, and that might be 8 points.
H-Town Splashdown in Houston, Texas.
Oh
New England in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, they fell off the. Oh my God!
Sea Battle in Seattle, Washington.
It's a wipeout.
Sunset Surge in Arizona. win at one of these locals, you get an automatic bid to participate in the LAN Championship Showdown in April 2025, streamed on Splatoon Tourney. Be on the lookout for advertisements from the local closest to you regarding their qualifier. Who will come out on top?
This has been Sunset Surge 2024. This has been the most hype I've ever been in a long time.
Well, I'm happy to hear, man. I'm happy to hear.
Introducing the Splatoon LAN Championship Showdown. A tournament where the winners of our favorite locals can face off in an online 8-team double elimination tournament.
I think they get it. Oh. That's the game. That's monkey. Oh my god.
Come at me.
Introducing the Splatoon LAN Championship Showdown. A tournament where the winners of our favorite locals can face off in an online 8-team double elimination tournament.
Kick down the clock, all four of them alive.
One,
Two
that's
picks.
it. Put one behind the tool. Can they get something too?
The best part is, you have an opportunity to play.
Oh!
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 That's all the marbles. Wait,
Oh my god! Oh!
Oh, it's a lot of control. He might just get it here. They
allowing them to
just
take the lead.
Barely. You're gonna get blocked by the back.
You gotta go! You gotta go! No!
It's up to Red to recap the zone all on her own. And they get
Just
it.
like welcome back. Nobody's got down. The Zip Caster gets two. He gets two.
Who will come out on top? Introducing the Splatoon LAN Championship Showdown, a tournament where the winners of our favorite locals can face off in an online 8-team double elimination tournament.
And the Tri-Strike King too! With Kronos coming in and following up with the third, that is the wipeout going with 10 seconds left to go!
Splatoon Stronghold, a stronghold for competitive Splatoon, providing resources to long-timers and newcomers alike. If you're new to the competitive scene or still figuring out how to join, we have a getting started guide and plenty of other resources to help you in your journey. If you are a seasoned veteran, we still have plenty to offer. You can find and join tournaments as well as participate in our Captain Forum and find free agents and teams. Our mission is to make competitive Splatoon easily accessible to everyone. So what are you waiting for? Join the Splatoon Stronghold today!
And welcome back to Golden Paddling Pool 310. I am Pat here with Sasu, and we are now in the Alpha bracket, the bracket of winners of the group stage. Sasu, are you ready to watch more Splat Zones action?
Oh, I'm ready. I was born ready for this Golden Paddling Pool, and ready yet am I for Umami Zones. This is the first time we will be seeing Umami Zones on stream so far, so I think this is also the first time we're going to be seeing this double zone format, so I'm definitely excited to see what Zima Fan Club and Booyah do with these double zones in just a second.
Yeah, also, I think this is the first time that both teams didn't exactly agree on what maps to play on. This map was only chosen by Zima Fan Club. And we'll see if that pays off for them right now. Booyah are bringing a Wiper. The patch isn't active yet. The Wiper isn't good yet.
Yeah, also noticeable, no Booyah bombs on the side of Booyah either that I could see. So interesting name to not have their namesake, but I'm sure they're Booyahing now. They have currently taken the lead and they are moving up there with a trade there from the Wiper and on the side of Zima Fan Club. They've already been pushed back and yeah, just several members of them going down. Booyah, of course, ticking straight through their points, throwing that hammer that has yet to receive the buff that we saw there in the patch notes. But with 3 members going down in Booyah from, I think, a really strong pencil as well as Azuka, they are going to be pushed back with the exception of Nico, waiting there for their chance to just kind of pop out there and maybe take a few lives. But 2 members down on Booyah, maybe they're going to have to retreat and regroup.
Now it's on Booyah to prepare a push as Zima Fan Club is holding very strong. It's going to be a lead swap already and Booyah is struggling to get out of their spawn. All of Zima Fan Club is in perfect position to really deny the next push. The Crab Tank is waiting for the action by Booyah. Here comes all the specials now coming from both teams. And everybody is falling down right now. 2 players down onto Booyah. It looks like their push isn't working.
Yeah, they cannot stagger here. If it's anything about Umami, it has quite the nasty choke. Everyone is going to try and get out of that tiny ramp there. And Booyah is able to do so successfully, dealing out a little bit of payback to Zima Fan Club with 2 of their members then going down, them being Zima Fan Club, of course, and Booyah able to keep onto that zone. They're currently making their way through those penalty points, but honestly, Zima Fan Club not pushed back as heinously as we just saw Booyah, unfortunately, going down a little bit there, nicked by that strike, and Booyah finally able to make it through their penalty points. No one so far going down to that Zuka, and they're going to regroup and make their way to try and take that lead.
Yeah, we are right now trying to hold the zone, but they lose 3 players. That's going to be a swap for Zima Fan Club, who are all holding pretty well right there, and that's a very aggressive Crab Tank. Dodging the Zuka, able to survive and set themselves up again. Julian with the bucket is forced away as Nico is activating the Ultra Stomp, getting punished for it though. And Booyah, right now they need to find a push forward. Get 2 splats. Is this the time for them to get in?
I'm thinking so. They've already neutralized the zone, and you see Julian there going down, but moving along with that Zuka. Cooler's out, but we're seeing here already, yes, Mina just running through them like paper before going down but not before taking out 3 members. You have Nico there kind of swishing for their life, but it is just not going to be enough. They go down and you see that wipe notification, and so far Zima Fan Club putting down all of that pain, making it harder for Booyah to get in there, but not hard enough. They're gonna fight for those last seconds, and they get it. You see at the very last second there, neutralizing zone, but once again, not the first time of the day. It's just too late, and that is going to be a win, I believe, for Zima Fan Club.
Yeah, I mean, both teams had good pushes, but Zima Fan Club were able to hold the zone so long, get in front of the zone so deep, and really punish Booyah as they were trying to regroup, as they were trying to prepare, and in the end, Zima Fan Club simply staying ahead of the zone for so long, maintaining that control meant that they got game number 1.
Yeah, you see there on that replay, I think, what is it, 5-9, 5-6? I don't remember the series of numbers, but going down to that Zuka there. But I think one of the things you can really attribute to Zima Fan Club is their positioning. I think that even when enough of their members went down, they were in a fantastic position where they weren't funneling into that choke, where they were taking proper flanks, and even when they had control, instead of filing all into that court, you see them taking these brilliant angles to crab and really put on that pressure. And I think that was the key to their success. But we'll see if they're able to take those same really good positions here on Haggle. Not Haggle. Yeah, Haggle.
Yes.
My brain
Yes,
is dead.
Haggle.
Yes, Haggle. Very much so. Yes, Hagglefish zones here. Like I called it before, the great equalizer. So they don't have those double zones. They don't have those heinous choke points. Everything is pretty standard here. It is, as we said, a classic. So we'll see how a more regular zone does for both of these teams.
Yes, if you are just joining us, this is a golden paddling pool. We are zones only. I know you usually see that on a Friday, but it's coming to the Wednesday this time. And we are zones only, and also we had a group stage, which means we are now in single elimination. Booyah! If they want to stay in this tournament, they need to win here on Hagglefish Market. And good for them, because they chose this map.
Yes, we have a little bit of a pause there. Everyone make sure you check your Wi-Fi, but we are here, I think with virtual, I was going to say no changes, but we do have Nico realizing that maybe that buff has not happened yet from the patch and changing over to those Gloogas, where we are going to see the aforementioned Booyah on the side of Booyah. But already we have that try Zuka out. Eric very aggressive, dropping there on that flank, but for now we are just going to see kind of neutral, and once again an extremely aggressive crab kind of putting that pressure on while Zima Fan Club finally takes that zone and now is going to take a few splats of their own.
Yeah, and Zima Fan Club is still holding, and that's what we've seen them do in game number 1, really put themselves in the positions that Murder J-Blast, simply waiting for someone to make the mistake, as the rest of Zima Fan Club is using that opportunity to get in. Eric is going to go, and he's dodging now the blast right there. Beautiful plays by Zima Fan Club, who are still in control with 2 players down, 3 players down, it's only the Gloogas. That is huge. Zima Fan Club are running forward with a victory. Now it's on Booyah to get one last push.
We're having a little bit of a chuckle about J-Blast kind of waiting there on coffee break underneath that drop. But listen, I myself, I know the struggle. Sometimes I'm sitting there and I say, hey, just drop. No one will jump you. Yes, they will. Yeah. It's me. I'm ready to jump you. But you see, already despite those strikes, 3 members going down on the side of Booyah, and that's just going to be game. There's just not enough time. And wow, fantastic watching Zima Fan Club just painting over those strikes like it was nothing. And that is going to be a very dominant, I think, near 100-0 knockout, if I'm not mistaken. Zima Fan Club has got to be very proud of that performance on that map.
Yeah, in game number 1 we had a back and forth. Zima Fan Club was able to be a bit more solid, but it was very much back and forth. In that game number 2 though, it was very much Zima Fan Club taking control, taking full control of the whole map and not letting Booyah do anything, take any position. I mean, beautiful game by Zima Fan Club. They're going to advance onto the next round.
Yes, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we will not, Pat. I think that was our last set. No?
We have half an hour still.
it's like we've had the time, but maybe we'll just keep going because that was a little quick.
Yeah, we have time for one more. We have a time for one more best of
Maybe we'll
three.
just as a treat, you know?
Yeah, we can do it.
But
Let's go for
definitely,
it.
yeah, very, very dominant game there from Zima Fan Club. Really, they show you how it's done, but also congratulations to Booyah for a well-fought set, particularly in that first game where we saw a lot of back and forth, and it just kind of went down to there not being enough time. So great, great performance from both of these teams, and we will be moving forward deeper into the bracket into round 2.
Yes, don't go anywhere.
And welcome back. We're back already to Golden Paddling Pool, and we're here in this second round of brackets, Flamingo v Poseidon. I'm here with Pat, and we're going to be heading to Flounder Heights zones.
Let's go.
Pat, tell me your thoughts.
This is my favorite map mode to cast.
You're insane.
You're insane. Not
to
play.
cast. Okay, you're.
Not
I take
to
it back.
play.
I take it back. You are
this
not insane.
map mode, especially when it's played by good players, and right now we're in top bracket of Paddling Pool, so they're good players. This is one of the hypest, fastest, most like high energy, high stakes map that you can have in Splatoon. I will fight you on that. I will fight anyone on that. This is the best map mode to watch.
Listen, I feel like it's a bit of what's it called? Schadenfreude. Like I'm glad to watch you play it, as long as it's not me, you know. Because I think Battle for BIPOC 2. I was commentating a set, yes, with Moonlight, and I think it was Crispy on this map mode, and it was very hype. Particularly, I'm interested to see if we're going to see any Booyah bombs. Of course, this also is a two. Wow, what a comp there! These are comps of all time we are looking at here with a Gal, a Brush, and a Bamboo. Along with the Zap, both teams, of course, having their cooler ready. But between the Zuka we're going to see and this Octobrush and, of course, this Bamboo, this is bound to be a very hype, interesting set. But we have Kenshin already kind of resetting here. Both of these teams, but a wipe on Flamingo early in the game with not even 30 seconds through. It is now going to be up to Poseidon to set up and deny them any more space or entry into this zone here. So 80 seconds down, but Poseidon having a really good hold on these zones.
Yeah, but the Carbon is already pushing forward. Not enough pain, though Kenshin able to punish it with that wonderful Bamboo right here. And that's another wipeout! Poseidon not stopping, and Flamingo is very much in trouble right now. We're past the 50-point mark. And now Flamingo is very much in danger. They just lost their Carbon Roller again. They have Tactical already, but they need the whole team to be ready to push forward if they want to get in.
One of the reasons, this is fun to cast, but not necessary to play on, is because the retake can just be so brutal. Getting into that zone and dropping, I was talking about Barnacle and Dime. You can get straight spawn camped on a place like Flounder, because getting up that wall, and you see this Zuka already active, kind of putting that pressure there, and a lot of specials going out. Mostly, we see those chumps, which are going to explode on zone, just kind of helping them cap it there. But one member down on both teams. It's just a lot of back and forth, people exploding left and right. Screen out that we're seeing from that gal, and this is just a lot. I think neither team has had their hands completely on the zone for a while. Finally, we have control on the side of Poseidon, and like you see, people are just exploding. This crazy flank from that Carbon there, able to get them the zone. This is crazy.
Yeah, all of Flamingo is back on top of the map right now, pushing Poseidon away, but they lose 2 players in the process. They're forced out. That's 3 players down. The Zap needs to jump away and regroup with the team to activate the cooler. That's done right now. Now Flamingo needs to get another push. They applied penalty though, so they still have some time, Sasu.
Yeah, I think at one point we might have thought this was an open and closed book. Like, it looked like Poseidon was just going to 100-0, but there is some contesting going on here. I think maybe a near wipe on Flamingo there. We have Kenshin being, I almost forgot that Kenshin is not on pencil and is on bamboo, because I was like, we have a battle pencil here, but it is not a pencil at all. We have one of the few chargers willing to kind of walk in forward on you. A very tactical screen from Proto here, pushing that forward. Like, one of the worst things, and just walking in there. And I think that is one of the strengths of Screen that people don't talk about. You can fully just walk with it and explode someone, and they didn't even know you were coming there. So you see Poseidon walking forward, getting 3 down, and it's just going to be that Carbon that has no paint with a tactical jump out. And once again, with 17 seconds left, Flamingo has 1 foot in the coffin.
Yeah, right now they were able to get in thanks to a nice plant by Rainbox though, and the Carbon is rushing towards the zone. They know they don't have much time left, but they get punished by that Octobrush. Just a few more ticks left. Another wipe out. Poseidon really taking control of game number 1.
Listen, Poseidon, king of the scenes and king of this game. That was quite a dominant game. A little bit of a hiccup in the middle there when there were some very strong flanks in particular from the Carbon, but they were able to stabilize, keep themselves together. Of course, you have Kenshin really moving in there, and I think something like 3 wipes on Flamingo that time. But I imagine, like, I think you were mentioning, was it this set that they didn't agree? No, that was the last set, but I certainly wouldn't agree to be on this map mode, because, you know, it just takes so long to drop from that spawn there, and I think that's what did Flamingo in.
It's a very punishing map. And Flamingo were able to get a push back onto the zone, were able to get back into this game, but everything you do on this map can cost you so much. Every mistake is going to be paid for with 50 points very much easily. And right now, Flamingo are hurting. I mean, they managed to get out of the group of death in the group stage, but now they're facing Poseidon, and they're in danger because we're still in a best of 3, Sasu.
Yeah, you know, like you said, they got out of a group of death. Flamingo certainly had a very tough group that they got out of, and they had to fight very hard to get here into this alpha bracket. So I think they're feeling the fact that they kind of eked through, because they've got these strong teams like Poseidon that they're going up against. But very controversial map mode we're heading into. Brine Water Zones. I hope both of these teams have some sort of access to an E-leader or a long-ranged weapon, because that's probably going to do them very well here.
Yeah, you for sure on Flounder, range isn't that good. On Grinder to Spring, which is pretty much the opposite, where you have to go down onto the zone. Range is absolutely king, so I expect both of these teams to change their comp to adjust to the map if they want to play on it.
Yeah, I think that this is one of those target practice maps for the backlines. You see here, no Charger. I think on the side of Flamingo, they're instead going to opt to have that rapid online, but we do have a ZF, which I'm expecting to see more of now with those patch notes that came out. It has the strikes, it has the range, but I think a ZF going to be hard pressed to kill you on your own plat, so maybe that leaves a little bit of space for Flamingo, but 3 of their members already going down, and Poseidon really organizing, getting those strikes out, putting on that pressure in an extremely advantageous and aggressive zone, especially for a Charger to be in, kind of trying to make it so that they have to move back. And we are in the target practice section here of Kenshin on this CF, just kind of moving forward, but 2 of their members going down is going to mean that it's likely that they go down as well, but not without a fight, as we're going to switch the zone being in the hands of Flamingo.
Yeah, that was a very nice first push by Poseidon, but now Flamingo are in trouble again. Poseidon simply walking out of their spawn, choosing violence, and getting all the splats. It's non-stop action. Kenshin, again, so aggro with that Charger. That's so powerful if you can get away with it. And right now, Flamingo are in such trouble.
This is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. The only choice Flamingo really has is to try and somehow skill diff Kenshin here on this CF and run at them, which they've successfully done and gotten them down, or just drop on that flank. They're able to put the zone in neutral, stop Poseidon from getting those points down, but they are not able to cap that zone, meaning Poseidon is able to keep continuing with those with their points ticking down to 14, and it's looking to perhaps be a blowout. Kenshin just kind of haphazardly throwing them because they know that they possibly have the game, and that is going to be the set. 2-0. I think Flamingo getting a little bit punished for their eking out into alpha bracket here, but that's going to be a 2-0 and the rest of the set.
I mean, Poseidon really showing.
Oh my gosh. What a nightmare. What a nightmare having that ZF just set up there and just have their Charger trained on you with you just having nowhere to go.
If you have the moves and the aim, if you know you can get away with it, it is such a power move. It is so powerful. Look at that Kenshin right there. Really able to control everything, and in the end throwing the strikes just to seal the deal, just to make sure that nothing can happen. That's Poseidon buying their ticket to round 3, to the semi-finals of this paddling pool.
Yeah.
And Sasu, you here?
Oh, Kenshin certainly the VIP of that game there, but really strong set. A real pleasure to see, and let that be a lesson to anybody listening here, maybe playing. It's Pride Water Springs. You might want to go Charger, but with the end of that, I think that is going to be it for me. Pat, luckily, still going to be staying with you, but we are going to have a bit of change of hands in terms of the secondary commentator here. So great sets, and I was glad to be here with you, Pat, for the time that I had. For this time. So.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to cast with you, Sasu. But before you leave, where can I find you on the internet? Can you plug yourself?
Of course, as you can see down there, you can find me at Sasu in the letters UR, Pants. That's my social media for literally anything that I'm on. If you're looking for me on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, though it's dead and I don't use it, Blue Sky, that's going to be me. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. And we're going to go on a short break while we work our way into semifinals. So stay set here with Pat and don't go anywhere.
And welcome back to Paddling Pool 310, golden paddling pool for you, and we're now in the semi-finals. I am Pat again, this time with Inquiry, ready to watch these 4 best teams of the tournament fight each other. Are you ready, Inquiry?
I am more than ready, especially seeing the map that we are, that teams will play on this game 1. Very unusual map, Bluefin Depot. Especially on Splat Zone, like it has a very unique gimmick with the zone so moving depending on the team who has it in control. So it will be very interesting.
Yeah, it's, as you said, the kind of map that forces your team to completely play differently, to think the whole game differently, and really adapt to the stage, change the plan, and really set themselves for it now. It is to note that Habibi Gang is the team that chose to go there, and they have David 4K, one of the best Elite one tricks that we have around. So be ready, because this is a great map for a good Elite.
Yeah, good Elite can just completely deny people from dropping or take control of the zone by staying on their plat, which is especially good. But beware of the flanks. Like, you can be flanked in a number of ways on that map, so you have to watch them. Let's see how it goes. We have a bamboo on the side of Poseidon.
Yeah, Kenshin has been rocking that bamboo, and I guess Poseidon really wants to go fast, really want to go around, but they lost 2 players already as Habibi Gang is surrounding them, taking control over the map. Tamako is dancing with the Zap, able to get the jumps back in. This is more time to fight for both teams as Poseidon are winning this. Oh wait, no, they're down again. The bubbler and the Decapitator are the last standing, and we're back to fighting some more.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are just jumping again and again. If they're down, they're just gonna respawn because of the cooler and jump instantly, and it's just back and forth tournament, kills after kill. No team really taking the advantage. Maybe it's time for Poseidon to try and do something, because they have the kills. They invested the plat. I mean, try to do so, and the counter is going down for the moment. The work has to be done on the side of Habibi, but they are doing it. Specials are launched, and they're dropping onto the zone, taking the kills, and it's open for them.
Yeah, Habibi right now are back in control, and the zone is slowly moving back to the other side of the map. Oh, what?
Wow!
What a snipe by Devin right here. Able to hold control, and another incredible angle right there, looking to the side. That is perfect defense by Habibi Gang for forcing Poseidon to wait a little bit more. That's going to be a lead swap, Inquiry.
Lead swap, but it's a different position to defend on the side of Devin and Dante. They have to face Tamako and Kenshin dropping, but they managed to defend it. Dante is alone on the zone. But I mean, it's for them. They can enable people to jump to them, but I mean, Poseidon have the lead. I mean, have the zone, and have the positions. Habibi need to be on everything for now. They need to rethink their push. It's getting good. It's getting good. They have 2 kills, and the zone is going back to the left side.
Yeah, Habibi Gang with their range advantage were able to really move back forward, take back control over the zone, and now it's on Poseidon to mount another push. We're only halfway through the game and these two teams are dead, even just 1 point separating them, but Habibi Gang have 2 splats advantage and are getting the lead right there. This is huge as Yeti is under the drop, ready to punish anything. Poseidon now, they only have 20 ticks left to get in, and Dante with the strikes is going to deny the next push in. That is huge.
That is huge, and they are keeping on that position to deny the bubbler from being a huge rally point for Poseidon. But Poseidon are coming back, taking the zone, taking the -3. Dante is again alone, being the sole survivor, taking 1 kill. What a push by Habibi Gang. 6 points left. It's gonna be a huge mountain to climb.
I mean, Poseidon pulled through and managed to put themselves in. Now they're out of the penalty. Now every point they score counts, but Habibi Gang gets back in so fast in Korea. They lost 2 players in the process, but they also apply penalty, which means they will have much more time. Kenshin with that bamboo is again trying to get in, but oh, that's 2 players down again. Habibi Gang, they get these plats so fast.
Very, very fast, but I mean, we do have a flank on the side of Poseidon. Proto is here, but completely defended by Dante and Davin. Kenshin trying to drop onto that zone, but a bit blocked. Nice kill on Tamatako. Nice kill on Tamako. What a performance for the moment by Davin, completely denying people from entering that zone.
And it's non-stop, more action, 2 players down, still 2 down on each side. Can Poseidon paint the zone? Yes, they will be able to apply penalty, stay in the game. They have less than 30 seconds to come back though in Korea, and now Proto is already on the attack trying to get the flank.
They have less than 15 seconds, and so we will enter an overtime, but we know how fast Habibi Gang can come back on that zone. And Capita, we just see it again! 5 seconds left and Habibi Gang are in control. We need Poseidon to do the play, but they can't, and it's game 1 for Habibi Gang.
Habibi Gang have an Eater on their team, and they felt like the faster team. They're simply moving in so fast, with no fear, with no respect for their opponents, simply moving forward and getting the splats. And I mean, Devin 4K with that Elite is such a force to be reckoned with, especially on these maps that kind of look like a ball, where you're never safe from the Elite's gaze.
And what's very impressive also is that Habibi Gang manages, as you said, to move in very fast, but I mean, Devin it feels like it's painting the zone, like it's painting half of the zone by himself. Like that Elite is outputting turf where it shouldn't, and that makes so much work, and so Habibi Gang can just rush in, take the kills, and the zone is theirs.
Yeah, incredible first game by Habibi Gang, but now we're going to a more classic map where Poseidon will have probably a better plan, at least the opportunity to catch their breath, get back some momentum. Going into Macomart, they'll have a bit more opportunities to dodge, a bit more cover and ways to cut the distance.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of covers on that map, a lot of flanks, so it will be way easier to manage the range that Habibi Gang has. So if Poseidon can bring a weapon that is very strong below ledges, it can make a huge difference. I'm talking about slashers, blasters, things like that just can go below the ledge and completely deny people from dropping because you'll get caught. So
Yeah, as you said, these ledges are so important on Macromat, and there are so many different ledge options that can be brought here. Now, Habibi Gang, they have Noctis, who's been rocking the Luna these past months, honestly, and Luna Blaster, the vanilla Luna Blaster has been on the rise, honestly. Lots of blasters have been seeing more and more action. I love to see it, but especially Noctis with that Luna is very, very dangerous. Is very much a player that you have to pay attention to at all time, because if the Luna gets the jump on you, you're dead.
yeah, especially because I mean Luna has some very interesting specials. You have this one who, if I reckon well, has Ultra Stamp.
No, this is the Splat Bomb Zipcaster one.
Okay, this is a Zipcaster, and you have another one with so Ultra Stamp. And Zipcaster, especially on that map, can move around a lot. You have, I mean, you have those walls here on the sides of the zone that can be very good places for a Zipcaster to go on. For the moment, back to neutral position, and we have Habibi Gang taking some good kills, but it's still very disputed on the mid.
Ooh, and Poseidon getting the right answer, keeping the zone for themselves now. Then with the Eater is going to have to move. What? Is not what?
Not moving back.
How
It's
do you
not
do
going
that?
back.
How do you stay there with an Eater getting the jumps in, protecting them? And now Habibi Gang is in control.
Full control. The Zap taking a good kill on the Decavitator. Kenshin trying to drop, helped by Proto. Proto on the right plat, trying to do some kills, but getting punished eventually in 3v1. Kenshin a bit alone against Noctis. Noctis rushing, but being punished by the Zap, but still huge control by Habibi. 40 points left, and they have everything they need. They have control, they have the paint. And Poseidon just need the specials if they want to go in.
And Habibi using Poseidon's Tacticooler as bait to punish them as they're trying to get back onto the zone. Habibi Gang holding the zone, just 15 ticks left on to there. Poseidon needs to paint, but they lose 2 players. Can the Decavitator get in? No, they're caught. Genshin last with the bamboo. That's a 2-0 for Habibi Gang.
That was a fast game. That was a really fast game. We had a bit of a tense opening with neutral positioning, like teams trying to gauge the other one and try to see what they were doing, and then Habibi Gang just rushed in. We had this insane play. Like,
I mean,
how do you keep that position as a leader?
They were supposed to move out. They were supposed to lose that push. Poseidon was in, but Devin and Yeti decided not to dance. Yeti on landing from the super jump, Yeti just throw the bomb, throw everything that they have to simply get the splat that saves Devin and keeps the push going for Habibi. Habibi simply willed themselves into a very fast victory, and now Poseidon are in danger.
I mean, one thing that really comes out from those games is that Habibi Gang just plays without any fear. Like, if they have an opportunity to do a play, they will do it. Yeah. And because they have no fear, they're completely unleashed in those plays, so they can play the hard out, and it will work because they're just so blazingly fast.
Yes. It's the word. They are blazingly fast. They never stop. They're constantly in, and even when Poseidon thinks that they are pushing, that they are winning the fight, Habibi is already coming back, is already pushing back and forcing Poseidon's hand. I mean, that's how you control the pace of the game, simply by going much faster than your opponent.
I mean, let's see how it goes because again we have a new, completely different map. Umami Ruins, very flat. You still have some option and some hideouts, but it's very, very open. We have two separate zones, very thin zones though.
Yes.
Like us, like maybe one or two charger shots can just completely stop the zone and even recap it.
I
So
think
let's see
if
how
a
it goes.
charge, if a charger is an eliter, I think one fully charged shot is enough. Honestly.
Yeah, to stop the zone, but to cap it, I don't think.
Yeah.
But we do have a bamboo on the side of Poseidon,
Yeah.
and it's a very good weapon to turf a zone very quickly.
Oh, of course, especially with these super champs. But right now, Habibi Gang is doing what they do best: run forward, get in, get control, and forcing Poseidon again to be on the defense. 2 players down onto Habibi Gang, but can't run forward towards Devin. Devin is watching.
Devin is watching you, and this time we didn't have any real like neutral position at the start of the game. Habibi Gang just rushed in, took those kills, and took the zone. 50 points left. We're already at half of Habibi Gang's push, but Poseidon is answering. Poseidon making 3 kills, maybe a 4th one on the Zap player. Zap player trying to stay here now, jumping up. Finally, time to breathe for Poseidon.
Yeah, Poseidon able to get the push, able to get the control, and they still have the numbers advantage right there, activating the super champs. This could be the time for them to get in, to get more, but Habibi Gang holding strong, waiting for the opportunity. They lose their slusher, but they have a tactical active, and with 2 players down onto Poseidon, Noctis is getting in and getting the fight in the Zipcast to... Oh!
No, Proto answering with some
Yeah.
nice, very, very nice shot and still surviving, being a threat to Devin, being a threat to everyone in Habibi Gang's side.
Yeah.
And it enables Poseidon to come back to zone.
Yeah.
They almost, I mean, they're approaching real fast to that lead. But they still need to work to get it because they have a huge penalty for the moment.
Yeah, because while Noctis was fighting to the side with that Zipcaster, the rest of Habibi Gang managed to apply penalty, keep that lead, and now with 3 players down, Tamako needs to move away fast, let Habibi Gang retake the zone, retake mid. We're about halfway through the gaming career, and Habibi Gang is back in control.
Back in control, but Poseidon is looking like stronger than ever for the moment. They have the opportunities to fight back, and they have those opportunities. It's a huge wipeout, -4. Proto moving forward against Noctis, but getting punished. Noctis going down. Habibi Gang just respawning for the moment, and see how Poseidon just took those positions forward.
And they're getting in now. They have the right positions to have. They take the lead, but with 2 players down, they will let Habibi Gang prepare a push, get some control. Now it's all a matter of can Habibi Gang get in, get the splats. Every point is going for Poseidon right now, as Habibi Gang is not able to paint the zone inquiry.
Yeah, Tamako just holding off Dante here on the left side. Noctis going to support them teammates. Dante making a huge kill, but getting punished right after. It's really hard for Habibi Gang to come back. They're getting killed one at a time, and Poseidon is just holding the zone. 1 minute and 30 seconds there, but we have 15 ticks left.
Yes, 10 ticks. Poseidon only needs to hold the zone for a few more seconds, but Habibi Gang is in there fighting for it. Both teams needs to be capped in order to apply penalty. Habibi Gang so close to getting it. They get it with 1 minute left. They're still in this game looking to get the 3-0, but Poseidon is not done yet. They still have the lead.
They still have the lead, but they're all respawning, and Habibi Gang just flipped the game completely on, like in their favor for the moment. They have the position, they have the specials, but Proto here getting a kill, getting punished right after, but it can be still a huge opening. Noctis getting punished, it's -2 on each side. Can Poseidon get it to work? I mean, it's going to be hard because penalty is over, and Habibi Gang is just making those points go out real fast.
Habibi Gang flipping one zone and a half, but you need to flip two in order to apply penalty. That's not enough. But Habibi Gang still holding the zone, sorry. And right now, Poseidon doing whatever they can. It's a 2v2. Devin capturing the zone real fast with that liter. And now both teams are back to the fight. Poseidon has one last chance to get in, but they need to paint the zone right now.
They have to stop the zones from going 7.7. They have what it takes. They make the kills.
Oh!
And it's game.
And
It's
Poseidon.
Whoa, what a tense end of a game. But Poseidon getting the win on game 3, stopping Habibi's thirst through that set.
Yeah, that is one game for Poseidon, who it feels like they survived that game in the end. Habibi Gang had so much control, had all the time going for them, but Poseidon throwing themselves at one zone, then at the other, to get the win, to stay in the tournament. Habibi Gang still up 2-1, but it is not over.
It's not over. They still have to win 2 games in a row. Habibi Gang still in a great position because they have the right to one last mistake. And both teams picked the map we're going to. It's gonna be Brine Water Springs. And we know how good it is for Liter.
Yeah. It's good for Elita, but you were not here in Korea. I was casting with Sasu earlier, Poseidon on this map mode, and expect a Zekofin charger coming on the side of Poseidon.
I mean, I won't be surprised if we do see one, because it's still very great. I mean, chargers are really good on that map.
Yeah,
Strikes can be very good to disable the opponents from going onto that zone and capping the zone at the same time. So yeah, Zekofin is far from being a bad choice. It's honestly a very logical one to me.
Yeah, it's very much what you'd want to run. Or maybe if Poseidon want to match the range from Habibi Gang, they could bring a liter of their own, though we'll see what they do. That splash wall can allow the Zekofin, honestly, to challenge the Elita in so many different ways.
I mean, let's see how it goes. Game 4 of these semifinals. It's a go. We still have the Luna, and they don't bring that much range. So they keep the Bamboozler on Kenshin's side.
Yeah. I mean, going against Habibi Gang, the most important thing is you want to go as fast as you can to match the speed that Habibi Gang brings. So bringing the bamboo again is probably a good idea as well. Right now, in a 2v2, both teams still fighting for that zone as Habibi Gang is getting back in there. Poseidon trying to solidify themselves around it as they are making good points. Kenshin with that bamboo showing us why it works, getting 2 for the price of 1.
2 for the price of 1, and it enabled Proto from moving forward, but sadly getting punished. It's a -2 on the side of Poseidon. They have to move back and let Habibi Gang take that zone, but Habibi Gang will just go through that little slot in the defense and completely rush in.
Yeah, and we see the Tacticulars being deployed as Poseidon are getting some control, are fighting their way in. That's a very nice and important fight. Dante is alone on top of that ramp right there, trying to defend as Poseidon is pushing in. Here comes the strikes to force Noctis away. Noctis forced to jump out. Poseidon is taking full control over the map.
Full control, and for now, Habibi Gang doesn't have any other option than dropping out on that zone. They do have the strikes to enable them from going forward. Kenshin a bit alone, getting punished by Noctis. Noctis with the Zipcaster. Devin, nice kill here on Tamateko, sorry. But it's still very disputed onto that mid. Poseidon has the zone again. Noctis trying to get some kills out, but Poseidon just doesn't care. They move in and they take the kills and they keep applying pressure.
Yeah, more and more pressure. Habibi Gang not really able to take control. They neutralize the zone. They need to capture it, though they're able to. As Kenshin is still around the zone, gets splatted. Habibi Gang finally in control, but here comes the answer from Poseidon, not letting them breathe.
I mean, direct answer, but nothing came out of it. So, oh, never mind. For the moment, Poseidon is just rushing the zone after those strikes, taking some good kills. It's a 2v2 situation, but Poseidon are in full control. They have the cooler. They have the specials they want in order to push. We have the killer weight ready on the side of the 52 Gal, and we can see Habibi Gang trying to push back. Dante getting punished by a nice bomb, and their only special just got killed.
And Poseidon still with more control, splatting the zap, not letting Habibi getting round. Oh, I spoke a bit too soon. Noctis is on the zone right now, and all of Habibi Gang is able to take control. They have 2 minutes to mount a comeback now, as Poseidon are looking so strong on here.
Yeah, they are looking strong and they're answering back. I mean, they still have those strikes up. Getting killed though, and Habibi Gang is just replicating what they had to face lately.
Yeah.
Going in that splat, even further down that splat, I feel like.
Yeah, very much incredibly deep, but they're forced away. The strikes are coming in. The strikes only neutralize, but the rest of Poseidon is able to follow through as Habibi Gang has to forfeit zone and let Poseidon get control back, but they get free splat onto Poseidon. That's a wipeout in Korea! And now Habibi Gang has a minute to get back.
That's a huge wipeout. They do need to get back, as you said, but I don't think they even have a minute. The timer will run. I mean, the zone will run out before that. So it's full control for Habibi Gang. They have the specials. You see those strikes in. They can counter strike. Yeah, exactly what they were waiting for. Poseidon to output their strikes so Habibi Gang could answer. More kills again and again. It's a -3. Tamako is alone trying to stop that zone.
Yeah. And that's going to be the lead and the game and the set. Habibi Gang bled in that game, bled in that set, but pulled through and beat Poseidon.
That was very tense. We saw an opportunity for Poseidon to come back and maybe get a really good reverse sweep. But Habibi Gang managed to be really strong on that game 4 and keep the defense when they needed it the most and come back especially when they needed to.
Yeah, great moves right there by Habibi Gang. Poseidon showed us what they can do, but in the end, only one team can move forward. That means Habibi Gang is going to be your first team to qualify for the finals. But now I believe we're going to watch the other semifinals in Korea.
Yep, we are. It will be Happy Birthday against Camden. So Seed 1 versus Seed 4. We have some great match. So for the second semifinals, just having a quick break to set up this match, and we'll catch you in a while. And welcome back to Golden Paddling Pool. It's still Inquiry and Padjay for the semi-finals. This time we have Happy Birthday Mocha versus Kanden to decide who will face Happy Gang in final. How are you doing, Padjay?
I am doing wonderfully. We've had a wonderful paddling pool again, a wonderful golden one as well. Great teams coming in, lots of suspense. We had a wonderful semi-final on the one side, and now we have two top teams coming. Happy Birthday Mocha, a top pickup, and on the side of Camden, a very much top team, a team that has risen to the highest rank of paddling pool and of the competitive scenes lately. So can't wait to see these two giants face each other.
Yeah, and I think we will see some pretty interesting battles because we have two very good charger mains. We have Yoshel on the side of Happy Birthday and Bakke on the side of Kanden. So let's see what those two teams have in reserve. We got some nice nicknames.
Yeah, very very cutesy nicknames right here. But as you said, we have two of the best Elite players in Europe, and they're both playing pencil.
You can't. I've barely seen Bakke play Lito lately.
It still happens, but yeah. Now Kanden opening pretty strong, punchy, activating that crab tank onto the zone, and it's a 2 vs 2 right now. The Stamper is winning the fight. That's going to allow Mocha to get control over the zone, and that's another crab tank activating, a huge crab tank right there. Happy Birthday Mocha is now in control of the map, and Mocha is getting in with the splashdown.
Getting in with the splashdown, but getting punished. The Splash-O-Matic has to jump out, and it's time to go back to work for Kanden. But they're still in danger of that Stamper. Stamper getting one kill, getting punished by the Bucket. Bucket rushing that zone, but Mocha is still in control for the moment. They have Mocha here.
Oh, that is huge. Kanden were able to apply penalty, but now they just lost a lot of players. That's going to allow Mocha to get back in control of the map, in control of the zone. Kanden were able to respawn though, so we'll still have a bit more fight, especially with Tune down. Kanden still fighting, holding their ground, and making sure that this stays very much even.
It stays very much even, but all specials are ready on the side of Happy Birthday Mocha. They had the Zipcaster, they have the Crab, they have a Cooler, they have the Strikes. Nice kill by Mocha though here, defending that zone. Nice kill on Punchy. Bakke answering with the punish. Strikes are out by the Bucket. It's still very disputed on that mid, and no team want to give up.
Yeah, no team wants to give up indeed, but Kanden is holding the zone while that discussion is happening. Now the crab tank is deployed. That's going to allow Happy Birthday to get in, and the Stamper, very nice Zipcaster here. It's only going to get a trade as Kanden is still around here keeping the zone. And now about to get the lead with 2 players down onto Happy Birthday Mocha.
Yep, very nice lead. And it's a rough time for Happy Birthday because all players are down now. All players are respawning, and they don't have much time to come back because only 30 points left for Kanden, and they're applying so much pressure by still staying safe. They have the Booyah, they have the Crab, they have the Pencil, keeping that zone safe, and no one can push forward on the side of Happy Birthday Mocha.
And Kanden simply holding, staying where they are gonna keep the zone and win the game. Beautiful play by both teams, but Kanden's able to hold better, able to, once they have that control, really able to keep it.
Yeah, just keeping that zone, just keeping their ground and keeping the defense up for a long time. They managed to get that KO in, I think it was like 2 pushes? Maybe. They hadn't to wait that long to get that KO, and so much control, so much special rotation. Like they were able to keep their special every time they needed them.
Yeah, very, very much Kandan holding great control, and Mocha had such good momentum at the start of the game, but really Kandan were able to slowly get back onto the zone and then get more and more control throughout the game. But in Curry, that is only game number 1. This is a best of 5, and happy birthday, Mocha still very much has a lot to say.
Has a lot to say, especially on a map that has a very, very strange mid for a zone. It's one zone, but completely like blocked by that top on the mid. So it can be kind of difficult to push the zone effectively and recap it, because if you're like 1 or 2 at recapping the zone, you don't really know if someone is painting over you.
Yeah, and it's very much a hard zone to cap, even a hard zone to neutralize. Honestly, it takes a lot of paint and several players to do so. Now, both teams know how hard it can be and know that they need to stay there to hold control. And right now, it looks like Kandan are painting a lot of yellow all around.
Painting a lot of yellow, taking that control. We have Yoshel against Baki. Baki taking a very, very good kill, but menaced by that Luna Blaster. Oh, it's -3?
It's pretty rough. Kandan in full control of mid. Now it's going to be on Happy Birthday to get forward, to get a lot. They're able to get 2 splats, but that's a nice start. The Crab Tank is facing another Crab Tank. Punchy is forced away. Beautiful one. And with an extra double. Ooh, that is huge. That's what you have to do to get back control on this map.
Yeah, and now they're completely unable to rush. We have Mocha with the blaster outputting so much pressure below that ledge. We have the Zipcaster sent by the Stamper, but
the splashdown, not able to find the crab and forced away. But Happy Birthday Mocha are going to get the lead, and as Kandan is getting back onto the zone.
Yeah, Happy Birthday still onto that zone. They still have the full control of it, because I mean, look at the Zipcaster just taking 3 players to be taken down. Defense from Happy Birthday Mocha is so strong for now, but it had to happen. Like we had, I think, the Crab plus the Pencil recapping the zone, but Happy Birthday Mocha is still there, -2, but still taking some great kills.
Ooh, but Kandan able to get a delayed wipe onto Happy Birthday Mocha. They're gonna put their Pencil back in position on top mid, and Kandan, look at that inquiry. They don't have that much penalty. They're in a very, very good spot right now.
Yeah, let's see how Happy Birthday managed to do it. They have the Crab. They can take some great kills. But they need to take them. Oh, it's a -2, almost -3 or -4, because players are weak on the back. And so Happy Birthday Mocha taking back that zone and taking back control. But the answer is already there from Kandan.
Yeah, and right now both teams answering each other. Penalty was applied, but Kandan are back in control of the zone, getting a bit more now. Can Happy Birthday Mocha get another push? They have the Crab Tank ready. They are in tactical. The Crab Tank is deployed right there. Punchy is running away. That's 2 players down. I guess Happy Birthday Mocha are getting a few more presents. And that's everybody going across the grates, trying to push in.
Very impressive push. Oh, and it's still continuing. We have a huge Zipcaster taking the kill on the Crab, but for the moment, Happy Birthday Mocha aren't really in full pressure. They keeping their ground, but not applying that much pressure. So let's see how Kanden gets to make it work. Nice kill on the crime. Nice tripling strike.
Oh,
but there's nobody to follow it. Oh, never mind. Wipeout.
That's a wipeout. Punchy and the Bucket are running in, and that's a very forward grab tank by Punchy right here. This is the moment for Kanden to show what they can do. 40 seconds left in the game. Kanden still needs to get the lead. The grab tank is deployed on the side of Happy Birthday Mocha. They do their best, but they're so far from the zone. Just a few more points is all Kanden needs. Mocha getting in there with the blaster, pushing people away, splashdowning just to cut the zone. Happy
in time.
Birthday Mocha. 1 point.
Just in time from Marker. Wow. Amazing kill securing the zone. They still have 10 seconds. They need to hold for 10 seconds.
Oh.
And they're doing it. -2
That's
by
good.
the Stamper. And it's a wipeout delayed to end that game.
These two teams are giving us a show in Korea. That is so cool to watch these two fight each other till the very last second. It could have gone either way, but the comeback by Happy Birthday Mocha, the huge splashdown to confirm the zone right there in the nick of time. We are now 1-1 between these two teams.
1-1, everything has to be redone. No team has the advantage for the moment, but the team who will win next game will have the match point and will have a very good advantage, especially on the mental side.
Yeah, I mean, momentum is so important right there. Both teams beat the other team on their own pick. I like to point out, both teams thought they had the plan, thought they had the edge on a map, were beaten on it. Now we're going onto a map that was chosen by both teams, because of course it was. It's very much one of his common denominator of all teams. It's going to be Robo-Roman.
Such a unique map because it's very open, but at the same time you have some great ways to go around the mid and surprise people and catch them off guard if you're flanking with a slasher, with a blaster or things like that. So it enables for some very unique plays, and even though it's a map we see a lot, no game looks like another one.
Yeah, indeed. Every game is going to be unique. Every second is going to matter, as these two teams are going to fight each other. No change in terms of the weapons brought. It's about the players, and right now, Happy Birthday Mocha versus Kanden. The team that wins this will be on match point.
And for the moment, Kanden with a strong opening, picking the first kill onto that Stamper and just applying so much pressure, but be careful onto that side. Nice kill at the Crab on the other one. Bake forced to get out, and it's almost like a wipeout because it's a -2, -3, and the last player had to jump off.
Yeah.
Happy Birthday taking the advantage for the moment, but can they? Can they keep it?
Well, they already have another crab tank ready. The Zipcaster is punished, but Kanden still needing to dodge a few bullets before going in. The strikes are going to be thrown at the zone right there. That's a fast control for Kanden, but Happy Birthday is still around, ready to retake, and we're back to a neutral fight.
Back to neutral. Kanden had the zone for the moment, and they're making the kills, making it matter. But be careful about that. That range blaster taking a -3 and enabling Happy Birthday to come back onto that zone without the need of outputting a single special.
I mean, Happy Birthday Mocha won that fight so elegantly right there. And now they're back in control. They don't have that much penalty. They're going to get a bit more. The strikes are ready from the bucket. Can then get back onto the zone right now is the big question as Happy Birthday Mocha are waiting for them, are holding on, using their specials to delay the push, but the push is coming 2 players down. Can then back in the game. Now, can they hold the zone?
They will need to hold that zone for a very long time, but already nice kill by the Crab. Maybe making it to the bucket is a bit weak for the moment. Fighting the Stamper, it's a lose for that bucket, and Happy Birthday Mocha already in control.
They never stop. They are so fast right now. The zone is repainted, 2 players down on the side of Camden. Happy Birthday Mocha. First game they really struggled against Camden, but right now they're finding more and more groove, and Camden cannot hold the zone for more than a few seconds as Happy Birthday Mocha are back on the attack in Korea.
Back on the attack with those special, with that Crab putting so much pressure on Camden's defense. The strikes and the Booyah are out, taking that zone blazingly fast. Nice double kill by the Blaster, but it's a -3 on Happy Birthday Mocha's side. Camden finally having that chance to push and output the pressure themselves. Happy Birthday Mocha won't be able to come back as fast as previously.
It took a lot of resources from Camden right there, but they're back in the game. They're able to punish, as I say that, Happy Birthday Mocha, just painting the zone again and pushing again and getting the splats again. They, without much effort, and you talk about Camden being able to, having to use all of their specials to push. Happy Birthday Mocha don't need to do that.
Yeah, they just, like, they are moving forward so seamlessly. It looks like they just have to move their stick forward and they paint the zone so fast. And I mean, Camden managed to push them off. 1 minute left. Specials are out for Camden to take control. But Happy Birthday Mocha are still there.
Yeah, Happy Birthday Mocha still waiting for the way in, though, as Camden is holding the zone pretty strong. They learned, and they're getting a huge splat onto the Stamper. That's a counter splat by Happy Birthday Mocha, but the lead is swapping for Camden. Can Happy Birthday Mocha paint the zone in time to keep the game going? It's 3-2 right now. Camden can hold the zone. Camden can win this game. What a comeback by Camden. Now Happy Birthday Mocha, they're too late.
A bit too late. It was very close, but Camden with again a huge comeback. Huge comeback to take that win where we wouldn't expect them to do so.
Camden are really struggling to establish their control, to force Happy Birthday Mocha out. But once they manage to do that, once they are able to really establish themselves, it's so hard to push them completely away. It's so hard to deny them the zone. They are so strong at holding their ground. It's very, very rough for Happy Birthday Mocha, and that means that Camden is now up 2-1 in Korea.
2-1 exactly. Camden with the lead on that set with a clear path to victory and to the final of that golden paddling pool. And we're going to yet another different map. I forgot the name of that map. I don't even know how. Yeah, Barnacle and Dime. This time there are no flanks. Like, it's just very straightforward. You do the job, you output some pressure, you take the kills, and it's done. There is no workaround.
Yeah, there's no workaround is a good summary of this map. This is very much the map where if you put yourself in front of the zone, you can hold it for so long. And we've seen Happy Birthday Mocha being able to put themselves forward a lot. Now the big question is, can they, like, Camden we know that they only need to hold the zone once to have a good hold once in order to get the victory. The big question is, can they do it on this map?
Yeah, let's see how it goes. For the moment, it's a very quick start by Happy Birthday Mocha, already onto that zone, making the plays themselves, but punished by that grab. It's a -2, amazing opening by Kanden.
Yeah, Kanden doing exactly what they need to do, forcing Happy Birthday to answer with a crab tank right there to push back in. I mean, very nice reaction and very nice splashdown as well. That's going to get a trade and force Kanden out right there. I spoke a bit too soon. Kanden is already back in.
That game is just back and forth for the moment. Not like teams taking the advantage, but not for so long. But I mean, for the moment, Kanden are looking really strong.
Yeah, very nice play by Kanden, who are activating that crab tank to force Yoshel away. Yoshel is in danger right there, but able to escape in the nick of time. That's good points for Kanden. Now, can Happy Birthday get the specials, get the push? They're already on the platform, moving in. The splashdown is ready, and that splashdown is going to go on the opponent platform. That is huge push by Happy Birthday.
Huge push, managing to flip the game onto their advantage, and Kanden need to push back. They have some specials ready. You see those strikes. You see the strikes ready. They have the crab. They have the booyah bomb. So everything is ready. They just need to temporize for that crab to end. But the crab is taking so much kill. It's a -2.
Ooh, the huge splats right under the spawn by Happy Birthday Mocha. They're gonna get the lead, and now it's on Kanden to get a desperate push. The booyah bomb is gonna run at the zone, so do the strikes, and that's Kanden getting back in their huge comeback push. We still have 3 minutes left in the game. That's plenty of time to get back in there. Both of these teams will get the lead back, I think.
I mean, they have a pretty high penalty to come back from, but it's already finished.
Oh,
Like Kanden taking some good kills. It's -2, almost -3. I think Punchy with the crab, outputting some pressure, forcing people to jump out. The lead is taken by Kanden, and they have a huge advantage because they still have the control of the zone. Oh, never mind, talked a bit too fast.
The zone is taken by Happy Birthday Mocha, and we're in a 2 vs 2. Make that a 1 vs 4. The pencil is forced to jump away, and Happy Birthday Mocha are back in control. They have 2 minutes to get the comeback, and Inquiry penalty goes very fast on this map. They're in a good spot right here.
They are in a good spot, but I mean, we've seen both teams able to come back so fast from a disadvantage. Look at Kanden. I mean, they got -2, but they still have that booyah bomb up. They still have those strikes ready. Ooh. The lead is taken by Kanden. It's a last-ditch effort on the side of Kanden. They managed to do it!
Yeah, the strikes are enough to capture because Happy Birthday Mocha had 2 players down, which means right now Kanden are able to apply penalty, but the respawns from Happy Birthday means that they're back in control of the zone, and with 1 minute left, Kanden needs to assemble another push in order to get in, and they need to do it very fast now.
Wow! We're looking by Punchy onto Marker here, rolling over them, and they got that position they needed.
Yeah, this is why Punchy is one of my favorite players. I love a good crab tank, and Punchy is the best with it. Right now, 40 seconds left. Kanden are making quick work of their penalty. They hold the booyah bomb. They know the longer they hold, the slower Happy Birthday will be. There isn't much time as the lead is almost swapped, but there's 2 players down and splats onto the zone. The lead is taken, but Happy Birthday is back in control. 20 seconds. We might see an overtime, Inquiry.
I do think we will see another time. Happy Birthday already getting the specials out to output some pressure and forcing Camden back onto their spawn.
Oh!
It's a -2, it's almost -3.
Oh! But there was penalty applied, I think. All of
Penalty
Happy
got
Birthday
applied, the penalty got applied, so it's already
Yeah.
a way
all
to
the
slow a Happy Birthday Mocha down. But
Oh.
penalties going back so fast, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Camden has the opportunity. They making some kills,
down.
but there is
Down, here
-2.
comes
They're
strikes
taking back that
for
zone.
Booyah Bomb! And they get it! Whoa! And
In a
then getting-
last-ditch effort, Camden getting that zone, getting with like 1 point away, but getting their place onto finals.
Huge play right there by Camden. And that was so close. These two teams were so evenly matched. What a semifinals. I mean, what an overtime.
What an overtime, but what a play from Cannon. I mean, Happy Birthday Mocha were so close and had so many great plays, bringing them close to that game. I don't even see where it wasn't enough. Like, Camden were just had that bit more that enabled them to take that victory.
I mean, it was nothing separating these two teams right there. A drop of ink, just one extra splat, and almost nothing between these two teams. But now our finals, our last set of this golden paddling pool will be between Camden and Habibi Gang. Habibi Gang, they've been waiting, they've probably been watching. Hi Habibi, it's time for you to get in the lobby. We'll prepare that lobby and we'll be right back with the finals. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back. It is now time for the finals of this Golden Paddling Pool 310. I am Pat again with Incuri, and we have our top 2 final teams of this whole tournament.
Yeah,
And,
grand finals, as you said, and we're going back to, I mean, it's almost the exact same map mode we've seen previously. We have the comeback of Bluefin Depot. We have the comeback of Scourge Gorge. So we've seen those maps before. I haven't seen Crab Leg yet on my blog, but I guess we've seen it in the past on that tournament. So
we haven't seen Crab Leg yet today.
Oh, interesting.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We are ready to watch Bluefin Depot. A map that was chosen by Habibi Gang. They like to go here, and I mean, if you have a plan for this map, go for it, because it's such a unique map. Having it discussed, having a good formation for it is honestly a huge boon, because it's such a unique way to play the game.
I mean, and we've seen Habibi Gang play amazingly on that map, so it's no surprise from them to pick it. But Kanden isn't lacking a good backline, so I mean, let's see how it goes. Grand final, Kanden versus Habibi Gang. Habibi Gang will be in purple and Kanden in orange.
Yeah, and it looks like we have our teams going in. Very much, not much surprises in terms of the comps that are brought by each team. As we're gonna see the first fight. Noctis already going in with the Luna. Is going to get a trade against the Slosher as Punchy activates the Crab Tank. And that's a huge first push by Kanden, who are going to get control over the zone and over all of mid.
Yeah, control over the mid. Habibi Gang need to go in. They have a nice kill here on the bucket, and look at how they already stopped the zone and are close to taking it back.
Yes, they are. But here comes the answer. Kanden is already responding, but getting punished. Noctis watching to the side, punishing the jumps by Punchy. Right now, Habibi Gang have the numbers advantage, have the zone, and they have the lead.
But I mean, Kanden are already in position to push back. They have the strikes ready. They have every player position. Oh no, but the Crab got killed. The Crab got killed and Noctis isn't able to go forward. No, getting punished though. But those are some very important kills on the side of Kanden.
Yeah, Kanden able to put themselves back onto the zone, but look at that Habibi Gang respawning so fast, getting back in there. Noctis getting splatted by Punchy, but Punchy is punished by Dante right there. We have everybody dancing around the zone as the zone is moving back on the side. Kanden able to win that fight, able to win that control, but they know that Habibi Gang is already back on the attack.
Already back because they never left really. Already in position, and the specials are already off for Kanden. So it's all in for Habibi. No, they're getting punished one after the other, and the only player left is their sniper. Noctis though jumping and taking one good kill, enabling the team to go forward. The Zap is here, but they still need to paint that zone, and they're not doing so for the moment.
Yeah, the zone is finally painted, and in a 4 versus 2, Dante is able to attack back and get the splat. That splat is so important. That's a splat on the pencil as Devin with the Elita is holding the zone for Habibi Gang. Habibi Gang, not that much penalty. We've had so much back and forth inquiry, and now it's on Kanden to get another push.
Trying to get another push, and they need to get the lead. I mean, Habibi Gang need to get the lead, and they will get it soon. I think. No, never mind. The strikes are taking back the zone and outputting the penalty that was needed by Kanden to stop the push. But I mean, they still have some trouble getting in, and it's already back to work for Habibi.
Yeah, penalty was applied, but that was a lot of resources by Kanden right there. Habibi Gang very happy to get the zone back, to get more and more points right now. There's no penalty. These strikes need to capture if Kanden wants to stay in control. They do so, but they lose 2 players again. Habibi Gang holds the zone, holds a lot more control. Wait, they lose 2 players as well. They are forced out. And now Kanden are pushing them away.
Pushing them away. Amazing pushback by Kanden. Oh, even taking the kill on Noctis on its way out of that zone. Docte almost dying from that Booyah Bomb. And the bucket, look at the bucket on the left side.
Yeah.
Keeping people off that ledge.
Yeah. Yeah, very much off that ledge. We're still fighting for the zone, which is neutral at this moment. Habibi Gang has the numbers advantage, but Punchy, with a crab tank, is able to splat Noctis. I believe that was back A, but right now the zone is moving back to the left, and Punchy is kind of isolated on flat ground, and Devin's looking at them.
Devin's looking at them and picking that kill, and it's all go for Habibi Gang. I think they will get that. They will get that lead, and Kanden needs to push. Kanden needs to push, but they don't have the position. Look at Noctis already going forward. The strikes are up, but getting killed. They need to paint back. They need to paint back. Do they have the time? Yes, they're keeping the zone.
Habibi Gang painting with their bodies right there, and getting the zone in a KO. They were losing all of their players in that final push.
I mean, it was they needed to push back, but Habibi Gang made such a great job at keeping the zone in a very, very tense situation. They were being striked, and I think the only player really left on that zone was Devin.
Yeah.
So it was hard for them to tough back and to tough over the strike, but they managed to do it very, very well. Like, it wasn't expected, but it's a welcomed win for them as they open the score.
Yeah. That is only a 1-0, though we are in the finals. It's also a best of 5. There is more to go. And that was the pick by Habibi Gang, so they're pretty happy they won here. Now we're going on to Kanden's pick, and this is a blaster map. This is very much a blaster map, so I'm not surprised to see Kanden pick that.
It's a blaster map, but it's already a backline map. Like, Pencil is so strong here. Like, the zone is not very large, but it's kind of long. You have so much open space to see people coming. So with a Pencil, you can just hold the zone by yourself if you want to.
Yeah, very much. And with both teams having a high top level charger in their ranks, this is going to be fantastic duels to watch. Both Kanden and Habibi Gang are able to get these blats. Are able to get this nice between Devin and Dake.
Yep. Let's see how it goes. Teams are preparing for the moment. They have to make the right choice of composition because, of course, this game will be important. If Habibi Gang wins, they offer themselves 3 match points. So Kanden need to win to equalize the score.
Yeah, this is a very, very important game for Kanden right now. They do not want to be left out. They do not want to give all the momentum to Habibi Gang. This is Golden Paddling Pool. This is for the extra badge. And right now, we see both teams bringing the Elitoscope for maximum range in these fights.
Maximum range, and we see an opening gambit on Bake's charger.
What? Really?
Yeah, Bake is playing opening gambit, really going forward to, because if you do not know opening gambit, you get 30 seconds huge boost in a lot of bonuses, and if you get some kills, that boost extends in duration for like 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's a great show of confidence by Bake, showing that they expect to get the splats right there and to get more. That mobility onto the grades will allow them to do so much. Habibi Gang are in danger right there. Kandan already passed the 50-point mark.
50-point mark is already off, yeah, and it's still going. Like, you can see Mitsuba, I mean, Mitsuba pushing under that pad but getting punished, but Bake with again a new kill, and with less than 30 points left, Kandan are in such a good position. Aren't even that menaced by the Zipcaster.
Yeah, and they still have numbers advantage, they still have the pain, they still have the control. Devin is the last squid standing with the Editor, but it's too late. Kandan, that's how you come back. That's how you set yourself up for victory.
One push, one amazing start of the game, and it was just lock in.
I mean, that's a team, really a coordinated team showing how they think the counter push, knowing that they have the extra plan, the extra coordination, able to do what Habibi Gang did not expect, and right there, I mean, 10 out of 10, perfect execution by Kandan, beating Habibi Gang without letting Habibi Gang touch the zone.
And that's how you get momentum in a set. Like, if you manage to get a win that dominant, you get so much momentum and so much confidence going onto the next game and what's going to happen after that. And momentum is going to be very important onto this map, because if you manage again to take control of the mid very fast and go up onto that ramp, you are in an amazing position to completely deny people from approaching that zone.
Yeah. Denial is going to be very important. Who is able to take the zone? Next game decides who is on match point. And right now, Kandan, they have all the momentum. Can Habibi Gang punish that? Can they come back? They need to lick their wounds right now and get back in. They're not going to change their composition. As meanwhile, Kandan are going back to their pencil.
Yeah, going back to the pencil, I mean, they need more mobility on that map, I think, and Cooler can come in very, very handy. Yeah. So they don't want to let it slide, because, as I said, on that map, if you completely lose the lead, it can be over very fast. So a Cooler is really good to come back quickly, and that's already an amazing opening. -3, almost delayed wipeout, and huge opening by Kandan, already showing what they're made of.
Yeah, riding the momentum from the previous game, going in and getting more splats right there. Habibi Gang needing the answer right there. But here comes the strike simply to delay the push a little bit more. There's a lot of players going down as Habibi Gang is going to take the zone back now. Made that a wipeout in favor of Habibi Gang. Now can they come back? Kandan pushed very hard at first. Now it's on Habibi Gang to set the base.
Habibi Gang, and they're already going forward. Oh, never mind. Zipcaster getting punished by Punchy. Punchy already going forward with that crab, outputting it, not taking any kill for the moment, but completely turfing the zone with those bombs.
Yeah, we're dead even. Oh, that's a triple splat. Punchy is the last for Kandan right now and pushed away. Habibi Gang lose 2 players already. This could be another push for Kandan. This is going so fast. These teams are going too fast for us to talk in Korea.
I mean, the game is explaining itself. Both teams are just playing very, very intensively for the moment. Habibi Gang had a great push. They took the lead, but Kandan is just going back right at it for the moment, and Habibi Gang needs to come back and need to make the plays now, because Kandan is outputting so much pressure with the strikes, with the Splash-O-Matic, with everyone.
Ooh, and that's 3 down onto Habibi Gang. Kandan in good control right there. The lead is going to swap again, but more is to come. Here comes Noctis with the Zipcaster. getting punished though, and 2 players down onto Habibi Gang. Make that 3, make that a wipe out. Camden with the lead with so much control. They're already up that rank, Inquiry. They're in the perfect position.
Perfect position, and Habibi Gang don't even have the specials to come back. So we only have, sorry, the charger position, but no getting punished by the bucket. And now look at Habibi Gang players just trying to find the positions, trying to find the aggression, but they can't position themselves.
They lose 2 players here. They use 2 of their specials to get nothing, and now Camden are looking to get the victory. All they need to do is paint the zone a little bit more. There's a splat onto the zone, but will that be enough? Yes! Habibi Gang still in there. Now they need a monster comeback, and they have less than 2 minutes to do so.
I mean, monster comeback can happen, and they have the control now, but they aren't that much that deep into Camden's side, so maybe it would be easier to Camden to come back. But the strikes are here to assert dominance for the moment, and the points are just going to go down, down, and down again.
Oh, that was a trade with a pencil right there, but Camden is throwing the strikes at the zone. They were not able to completely cap. Can Habibi Gang hold the zone right there? They're able to win the fight while keeping the zone. Kinda yellow. They cap it back, but the Booyah Bomb is coming. 2 players down. Habibi Gang, are they able to get the lead right here? No, they're not. Camden in the nick of time. Apply penalty again, and now in the last minute, Camden is winning.
At the last second, Camden is winning those fights, taking that zone. But I mean, Habibi Gang is already there, but they have so big of a penalty to come back from. 50 points.
Yeah, and with the pencil overseeing the zone, Habibi Gang, they know they need to push in. They need to push them with 2 players down, 3 players down. This is now for Habibi Gang with 20 seconds left. We are back to a scenario we've seen before, Inquiry. They need an overtime win.
They need an overtime win. Will they get it? The crab is already out by Punchy, but the strikes are here to counter it. Nah, maybe a kill by Dante on Mitsui. No, it's -2. It's time for Camden to come back, and they get the zone.
Camden deny the overtime comeback. Get their victory by 1 point. Inquiry, these 2 teams are not stopping.
They're not stopping. They don't want to stop. And I mean, it offers such a great show.
For sure. Incredible show that we have right here. But now we're near the end. This could be...
Yeah, Camden has the match point.
Yeah, they have the tournament point, Inquiry. 1 more game is all they need to be your golden paddling pool champions. And, I mean, that's that would be pretty huge for them. I know they've won paddling pools before. I don't think they've won a golden one. So this would be pretty big for them. And I mean, for a team that's been on the rise, that would be a nice prize.
That would be a very nice prize. And we'll see how they manage to play against Habibi Gang on to Scorch Gorge. We saw that map before, and we saw Habibi Gang. Let me check back because I don't know if they
Habibi Gang. That was Camden versus Happy Birthday Mocha. And Camden, they chose this map, but this is on their list, but they lost the game against Happy Birthday Mocha because of a crazy splashdown around the end.
True.
This is still a map where they want to play. Now, Habibi Gang, they have the tools to contest them. They have the range thanks to the Elita and the Zip Castle Luna. I feel like it could be very efficient here.
Yeah, especially because you have a lot of place to hang out with a Zip Castle. And already huge opening -2!
Ooh, Punchy in the crab tank trying to defend the zone right there. He is going to cap it, but all of Habibi is is going in, getting the paint around 2 down on to Camden again. But Camden is still around, ready to push back.
Yeah, ready to push back, and they have a clear position advantage for the moment. They don't have the kills, but they do have the position they need. They do have the specials. Strikes are out though, but immediately countered and turfed over.
Yeah, and
Oh,
even
what
with...
a double kill!
Oh,
Triple?
that's 3 down! Back is the last standing for Camden. Habibi Gang! And now Habibi Gang activates the tactical. They'll be ready for the next fight, as Camden is forced to fight at a disadvantage right now, forced to trying to paint the zone. There's only 30 ticks left on it.
30 ticks, but the crab is out by Punchy. We know how much damage it can deal and how much kills it can output. But it's barely even made people go back onto the positions. Like, Habibi Gang is still on there, but -3. Yeah, the Zap is going to go down. Finally, a wipeout from Camden. Finally, an opportunity to push, but they have a huge push to reverse.
For sure, but this is Camden. This is what Camden likes. Once they are in control, once they are in there, they're getting more splats. That's 2 down onto Habibi Gang, and Camden are getting more and more damage. They have still a lot of time to come back, and I mean, Habibi Gang need a push, and this time it's Habibi Gang with a special disadvantage. Oh! What? Okay. That's
Okay.
2 down.
I mean, why not?
Okay,
Oh no, it's
is that
-3.
delayed wipe? Yep, that's a delayed wipe.
Habibi Gang coming back onto that zone really quick, denying Camden from taking the advantage back.
I mean, Camden right there. Again, it's their pick, but they've been struggling on it. And Habibi Gang are trying to run away with the zone, are still holding it. The strikes are gonna come into the zone, but they don't paint that much. That zone is simply too big, and Habibi Gang still maintaining the pressure, maintaining the presence, and getting one more splat right there. Will, with 2 minutes left and just a few ticks left onto the zone, Camden needs to get a push, and they don't have a special.
They don't have specials, but I mean, Habibi Gang, they will take. I mean, yeah, Bakke can't hold the zone alone. It's a game 4 by Habibi Gang. We have a game 5 final.
Yes, we get to see a game 5, and given these two teams, it's not that much of a surprising thing.
Yeah, but it had to happen. Of course, on a golden paddling point, you have to go to game 5.
Oh yeah, these two teams are answering each other blow for blow, punch for punch, not stopping. And every game is answered now. Inquiry, the final game of this golden paddling pool. The final game that decides it all is a game that we on stream haven't seen today. And I am so surprised that we made the whole stream without seeing one of the most beloved Splat Zones map in the game. That's Mahi Mahi Resort.
Mahi Mahi Resort, such a classic, so much love from the community for that map. And I mean, it's so special. It offers a lot of ways to play the game. You can play with a lot of range to keep control over the mid, or you can go full aggressive and output so much pressure below the ledges, etc. So every way of playing the game is allowed onto Mahi Mahi Resort. It's just who masters their game plan the most.
Yeah, it does a lot. The one part I really like about this map, especially after the water drops, is the flat terrain around the zone allows for huge team fights. And if this map really shows team coordination more than any other map, in my view, which is really the kind of map that shows the highest expression of skill for top level teams. So I can't wait to see these two teams fight each other on this final map that of course they both want to play on. Of course, it has to be our decider of this Golden Paddling Pool 310.
Our voice is going to be on it, and the game is starting. Game 5 of Golden Paddling Pool. It's a tiebreaker. It only could come down to this. Both teams are ready to get in the fights. We see the same comps again.
Yeah, I mean, it's too late to change the comp at this point. Both of these teams are very much committed to this, and we'll see how they do right now. Already one player down onto Kandan. They activate the Crab Tank to get back in there. Yeti activating the cooler way too far into the zone. Kandan is going to take control without Habibi Gang being really able to grab drinks. That is a huge first take by Kandan in Korea.
Yeah, huge opening. They already have full control. They already can charge up the specials to see what's coming next. And as you said, Habibi Gang couldn't grab those drinks to come back faster with the specials. But I mean, the cooler is already there, so they are enabled to go forward. But already half of the push is done on Kandan's side. But
yeah.
Habibi Gang is coming back. We have the specials. We have the kills down. It's -2, almost -3. No, Punchy! Punchy's still there fighting back.
Punchy dancing around and keeping themselves alive. The strikes are going to come from Kandan. They're not enough to flip the zone, but can the Crab Tank do it? Punchy is forced in a corner as it looks like Habibi Gang is defending pretty well, and here comes the good team coordination by Habibi Gang. Devin with the Editor is on the side already, ready to defend, and Habibi Gang has taken the lead. Right now Kandan needs a big push.
They need a bit push, and they're getting it. I mean, Habibi Gang are just in so much control for the moment.
Yeah.
Kandan have one special. Oh, they're flipping the zone. How?
They were able to get in. They had the Crab Tank next to the zone. That helps Paint a lot, quite usually. And Habibi Gang are still around the zone, though. Still trying to get back, but they lose 2 players. Devin with the Editor forced to get back to spawn by being splatted as Kandan is taking the control. Now it's their turn again to hold the zone.
Ooh, nice kill by Mitsuba, putting some pressure below those ledges and taking 2 kills. It's important from Kandan because they need to take that lead, and the lead is pretty far away.
Yeah, indeed. Right now, Kandan, no penalty. They know they only need to hold the zone for a bit longer as Habibi Gang is throwing their... Their specials are not working right there. Quite the answer by Kandan, who are painting the zone, getting the lead. They have Tacticula. They're getting the splats. They need to get just 10 ticks left. But Habibi Gang is still around, getting a bit more. Can they cap? No, they can't. Kandan still in control. It's 2v2 as Punchy needs to paint right there.
Noctis saving the zone and saving Habibi Gang's game by painting the zone by themselves, and Habibi Gang finally in control. They need to come back, but I mean that penalty is going to go down very quickly, and they have a good shot at it.
Yes, and Noctis is already moving in, trying to get the splat. He's going to be punished with a Luna, but delayed a lot. Oh, the Booyah finding one is huge by Mitsuba right there. Kandan applies penalty again, gets more control, pushes Habibi Gang away. Even with a trade, that's in their favor right there, because Habibi Gang, they need another push, and they have less than a minute and a half to do so.
Less than a minute and a half, and I mean, Kandan are in control, but I mean, no team is really in control for the moment. It's still back to neutral position. Of course, Kandan has the advantage. Habibi Gang taking the zone with those strikes, but getting -2. Those are some huge kills by Kandan. Bake taking and getting punished by Noctis. Mitsuba beats alone here. Be careful of that Zip Caster, but the zone is still running for Kandan. Never mind, Habibi Gang is taking it back. 40 seconds left. It's gonna
And-
be a tense end of game.
Yeah, it is not over. Banshee getting a one with the crab tank, looking to get the splat on the Elite, forcing the jump out. 30 seconds left, and Camden is in control. They have the lead right now. They're trying to get more. Huge
It's
Booyah
minus
Bomb
two.
attack!
Minus
That's a
three.
triple! That's the game! 20 seconds left, and Habibi Gang has nothing to push. They're gonna need to run forward with nothing. Camden, all they need to do is hold right now. Habibi Gang needs to push in just a few more ticks onto
They
the
have
zone.
the
The
strikes.
strikes
They
are
can
coming
take
in.
it.
The strikes are capping, but they lose 3 players. Camden caps back, and the game is over.
Game is over and tournament is over with Camden taking a huge win on Habibi Gang on this game 5 of Grand Final.
What a set, Camden. Able to pull through, able to get the victory, and these two teams were incredible. Gave us an incredible game, and I mean, that was such a great tournament. I mean, every 10 paddle pools, we get to reflect a little bit, you know, like, oh, we got 10 more. It was 10 more fun paddling pools, and I'm so glad we got that.
Yeah, and especially this one with such a packed end of tournament. We had one of the most amazing sets I've seen, I think. Like, it was so back and forth, both team outputting so much work, so much good team fights, and showing what teamwork is. Like, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's, as you said, such mastery that both teams showed. Incredible plays, great fights, great coordination, and in the end, Camden pulling through. But I mean, I want to see more of these two teams. I want to see a best of 9. I want to see a best of 20, because like they had so many different good games, so many different good plays. And yeah, very congratulations to Camden on new Golden Paddling Pool champions.
Yep, new golden paddling pools champion. GG to them. GG to all teams who entered the tournament. GG to happy birthday for winning the 3rd place match. And thank you all for being here onto the stream. Thank you all for watching. And it's time to cut off. Where can we find you on socials, Pat?
You can find me on Blue Sky, mostly at PadgerTom. It's written on your screen right now. And Incurie, where can I find you?
Same as ever, just type Incurie22. You will find me pretty much anywhere, whether it is Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitch, whatever you want. Type Incurie22, you'll find me.
Yeah, great. Well, now it's time for us to say goodbye. A special shout outs to our wonderful observer, Jorian, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you, goodbye.
Bye.